It was once a two-faced turtle everyone despised. Yet Su Bai fed it with a blood energy potion worth 100,000, like it was just a snack. He even risked his life just to form a contract with it. His own sister nearly cut ties with him. Even his school belle girlfriend started a breakup fight. But no one knew Su Bai had awakened the strongest beast tamer talent in history. He could uncover the hidden bloodlines of spirit beasts, and even nurture them into their final evolutions. That little turtle, seemingly useless in battle, actually carried the bloodline of the Xuanwu sacred beast. 100 years ago, countless races invaded Blue Star. The armies of each nation built military bases inside the rifts in the sky, defending against beasts right at the source. With spiritual energy revived, humans awakened martial arts and supernatural powers. But Su Bai had lived in this world for 17 years, with no system and no awakened power. Graduation was right around the corner. The school belle, Lin Yanran, who secretly had a crush on him, worried about where he'd apply. Go to the Literature Academy? In this era of chaos, foreign languages and math meant nothing. Go to Martial University? His poor family could never afford the costly tonics. Just as Lin Yanran urged him to apply with her to Literature Academy, a system panel suddenly appeared before Su Bai's eyes. He had awakened the beast tamer talent, able to contract any living being as his beast. The system would even scan for the most suitable one. This system was visible only to him. Lin Yanran, worried, reached out her hand, asking what was wrong. He grasped her slender jade hand and calmly said it was nothing. That scene instantly ignited the fury of every simp in the class. "Don't touch my goddess! Get your filthy hands off her!" Right then, a voluptuous female teacher strode into the classroom. She smiled and announced to the class, "Great news! Jiangzhou Martial University just issued a notice. Starting with our year, anyone with awakened powers can skip the cultural exams and enroll directly. And students with a pre-warrior physique will see their cultural exam requirements cut in half." The whole class erupted in joy at the news. Before leaving, the teacher added that those who had already awakened powers or had martial foundations should register in her office. Su Bai was thrilled. He had just awakened his power, and now he could enter Martial University without exams. After school, he rushed straight to a pet beast shop, eager to tame one. He pulled out the 2,000 he had saved over more than 10 years. But once inside, the system didn't detect any suitable beast for him. A pretty salesgirl warmly stepped up to introduce some options. This black cat, carrying the nether cat bloodline, is 36,000. And this wolf pup with 6-eared demon wolf blood is 33,000. Hearing the outrageous prices, Su Bai slipped out immediately. What a scam. Just a trace of beast bloodline, and they dared charge that much. But as soon as he got home, the system window popped up again. Newbie-compatible contract beast detected. Little turtle. Proceed to tame. Su Bai froze. Could it be the turtle his father had raised for 2 months? His first beast would be this thing? Wouldn't people laugh their heads off? Then he thought it through. With his current strength, there was no way he could tame a battlefield monster. He'd just stick with this one and swap it later for something cooler. The moment the turtle was tamed, its attribute panel appeared. No way. It had the bloodline of the Xuanwu sacred beast with unlimited growth potential, and its evolution method was simply eating. Change it? Hell no. This turtle, once despised, turned out to be a monster, definitely keeping it. Just then, his sister walked in and caught him, furious, demanding to know what he planned to do with Little 8, their dad's treasure. Before he could explain, Little 8 dove straight into the feed bag. His sister gawked. Why is this turtle suddenly eating like crazy? Su Bai, however, was delighted. Little 8 was about to evolve. He had to find it more food fast. Half an hour later, Little 8 had devoured everything edible in the house, its body growing much larger. When his parents returned, they couldn't believe their eyes. In just half a day, the turtle had grown that much. Knowing how hard life already was for them, Su Bai didn't mention that Little 8 was basically a bottomless pit. After stuffing itself, Little 8 let out a loud burp. The next second, something incredible happened. An illusory image of the Xuanwu bloodline burst from its body, only to vanish in an instant. Determined to help it awaken faster, Su Bai kept pondering how to raise it. The next day, Su Bai returned to the same beast shop. He leaned close to the salesgirl and whispered, asking if they bought beast blood. The boss nearby overheard and looked surprised. After sending the girl away, he immediately told Su Bai to show him the goods. Taking the vial, the boss opened it and sniffed. His heart skipped a beat. This was high-grade beast blood. He quickly urged Su Bai to name a price. Su Bai slowly raised one finger, thinking it took so much effort to draw this from Little 8, it should at least fetch 100. But the boss's first offer was 1,000. Seeing Su Bai's stunned face, he thought he'd met a pro and bumped it straight to 10,000. Finally, in Su Bai's ignorance, he pushed it all the way to 30,000. Su Bai pretended to agree reluctantly, though he could hardly hide the grin tugging at his lips. Who knew Little 8's blood was worth so much? On his way out, he tossed back a cool line. If I wasn't desperate for money, I wouldn't sell it to you. On the road home, the system suddenly blared a warning. 3 humans within 10 meters carried extreme hostility towards Su Bai. One of them was even a beginner warrior. He hadn't expected to be targeted so quickly. Their bald leader carried a spiked club, his bulk radiating menace. He barked at Su Bai to hand over his treasure. Su Bai pretended to reach into his bag, but in truth he pulled out Little 8. Whoosh! He hurled the turtle straight at the bald thug. The man swung his club, knocking Little 8 aside. Su Bai seized the moment and kicked him right in the groin. Crack! A scream. He collapsed instantly. The other 2 roared and charged at him. Su Bai slipped Little 8 over his fist like a gauntlet. One punch blasted a man flying. Another punch smashed the second straight into a wall. The bald boss writhed, cursing that he'd kill Su Bai. Su Bai sneered, told Little 8 to pull his head in. Time to smash. Then he swung hard, slamming the turtle squarely into the boss. The thug was knocked out cold on the spot. But then Little 8 spotted a vial of blood energy potion, grabbed it, and downed it in one gulp. Su Bai held the empty bottle, speechless. That's worth tens of thousands. Warriors take a month to absorb it. How are you guzzling it down in seconds? You'll overload. Little 8 lay limp, eyes shut, glowing green from his shell. At the same time, a warm current surged through Su Bai's body, his strength rising sharply. The potion was insane. As the turtle leveled up, Su Bai's stats skyrocketed too, and he even gained a new active talent. Little 8's body swelled, his physique stat hitting 32, defense a solid 38. Ridiculous. Even high-tier power beasts barely had around 30 points. But Little 8, still mid-tier, had already broken that. If he ever fully awakened the Xuanwu bloodline, unimaginable. That afternoon back at school, the instructor had everyone submit their applications, since tomorrow Marshall University's special recruiters would arrive to test powers. As always, there would be 2 guaranteed slots. When Lin Yinran learned Su Bai was applying to Marshall University, she was shocked. Didn't we agree on Literature Academy? Marshall U means the battlefield, and that's too dangerous. But Su Bai firmly replied that even if it was dangerous, he was go to the front lines to protect the people important to him. His choice left her downcast. When the teacher asked her preference, she only said she'd think about it. That night, Lin Yinran soaked in a warm bath. She called Su Bai, telling him she'd also chosen Marshall University, and that she had a surprise for him. Su Bai thought she was joking, hurriedly ended the call, because Little 8 was caught stealing food again. The next day, the school held a pledge assembly. Everyone gathered on the field. Instructor Zhang Kai from Jiangzhou Marshall University addressed them. 3 years ago, 86 entered Marshall U. Now, only 11 remain alive. Faces turned grim. To them, entering Marshall U now looked like walking into death. Zhang Kai clarified, this wasn't to scare them, but to show that entering Marshall U wasn't for glory, but for the responsibility of defending their homeland. Marshall U is where warriors are forged. Do you want to be strong? Yes. The response roared like thunder. After the rally, Zhang Kai and the homeroom teacher approached Su Bai, notifying him he'd been guaranteed admission. Su Bai stood dumbfounded. His classmates also gawked. No way. Su Bai's got connections. Soon after, he was on a bus heading for Marshall University. At the gate, a massive stone stele caught his eyes. With my chest, I build the unbreakable Great Wall of the Dragon Nation. The school motto, it radiated power. Led by a beautiful teacher, Su Bai arrived at dorm 303. From the doorway, he heard his roommates chatting about training resources. The redhead bragged that his father had acquired 3 drops of rare beast blood and had an alchemy master brew 3 bottles of top-grade body tempering potion. That stuff's priceless. Just then, Su Bai entered with a smile and greeted them. The roommates introduced themselves in turn. Han Jiagong immediately flaunted his beast blood. 3 drops cost less than 100,000. Hearing this, Su Bai's face darkened. So he had been swindled. He sold for 30,000, but the resell was nearly 100,000. Suddenly, everyone's eyes shifted to the window. A stunning beauty appeared below the dorm, a true campus goddess, leaving the boys in awe. None of them realized she had come for Su Bai. Su Bai went down to meet Lin Yinran. Seeing him in his sharp training uniform, she gently straightened the wrinkles on his sleeve like a caring wife. Every guy watching was burning with envy. Lin Yinran admitted she'd known about his guaranteed spot, but had kept it secret, fearing he'd be upset. Su Bai only patted her head softly, thanking her. Before leaving, she handed him some training potions to help his cultivation. After saying goodbye, Su Bai returned to the dorm. His 3 roommates immediately flipped their attitudes, massaging his shoulders and legs, all because he knew their goddess. Han Jiagong even asked Su Bai to have her introduce some girlfriends to them, leaving him speechless. Han Jiagong then suggested a meal together outside to bond. The 3 left to make arrangements. Su Bai chuckled at their antics, then let little 8 out for some air. He fed the turtle the blood energy potion Lin Yinran had given him. With a sly grin, he told it, "You know what to do after you eat, right?" At a high-end restaurant. Su Bai entered the private room Han Jiagong booked, welcomed warmly. After some small talk, he placed a vial of longevity blood on the table, asking Han Jiagong to sell it for him. Han Jiagong examined it closely, realizing it was of exceptionally high quality. He immediately phoned his father to bring reinforcements. An hour later, his father arrived with Master Chow. Using instruments, Master Chow carefully tested the sample, then exclaimed excitedly, "The energy within this blood is the purest I've ever seen in ordinary rare beasts. With it, I can refine at least 1 body tempering pill. Even with top instruments, its value would only test higher." Han Jiagong was stunned. "Brother Su, I can't believe your rare beast blood is this insane." Master Chow asked Su Bai to set a price. Su Bai calmly said, "My friend instructed me. Not for cash, only for blood energy potions. On the black market, a single bottle sells for 300,000. Hearing this, Han Fully immediately offered to take all 7 drops, promising 14 bottles of blood energy potion in return. He even invited Su Bai to join the Han family, promising unlimited cultivation resources from then on. But Su Bai politely refused. He wasn't ready to join any family yet. Han Fully was about to persuade him further when someone interrupted. Lin Yinran strode in, full of confidence. If he doesn't want to join the Han family, then no one could force him into any clan. Su Bai hadn't expected it to be her. Han Fully, dazzled by her beauty, was more annoyed than impressed. Who is this girl to be so arrogant? But Master Chow recognized her identity and whispered to Han Fully. Cold sweat ran down Han Fully's forehead. "She's Tiger Lin's daughter." He quickly forced a smile. "It's a misunderstanding. Su Bai and my son are sworn brothers." Lin Yinran only smiled sweetly, taking Su Bai's hand and asking him to return to school with her. After she led him out of the restaurant, Han Fully urgently warned his son, "You'd better stay close with Su Bai. With him, the Han family may rise to glory. And remember, keep a respectful distance from Lin Yinran. She's not someone our family can afford to offend." 2 days later, on Marshall University's training field, thousands of freshmen gathered for their induction training. This time, on the 10,000 races battlefield. The moment the news spread, the neat formation broke into chaos. What the hell? Straight to the battlefield? Instructor Zhang Kai calmed them, explaining the training zone had been cleared, with safety overseen by professionals. During class assignment, Lin Yinran ran happily to Su Bai. Both had been placed in the same squad. Then their training instructor, Liao Yusin, called everyone to gather for the mission briefing. With her fiery figure, she instantly drew the stares of the boys. She spoke calmly. Your first task is to write a will. Shock cries rang out. No way. There's real danger? I haven't even had kids yet. Liao Yusin remained composed. You have one day. Tomorrow at 8, you march to the battlefield. Returning to the dorm, Su Bai fed several bottles of blood energy potion to Little 8, telling it to perform well tomorrow. The turtle gulped them down in one go. Instantly, it evolved into a high-tier ordinary beast, unlocking a new talent. Heavy Strike, its first true attack skill. Its stats soared frighteningly, and Su Bai himself advanced to high-tier ordinary rank. The next morning, over 3,000 students and teachers gathered at the university's teleportation plaza. The arrays, constructed by elite spatial ability users from the army, would transport them to the battlefield bases. Su Bai and the others were teleported to base F-269. The deputy commander barked for silence. From now on, all students and instructors here follow my orders. Their first mission, battlefield cleanup. Clearing out leftover nethercats earned military merit points, exchangeable for blood energy and body tempering potions at logistics. Su Bai's roommates were fired up. Danger brings fortune. No wonder so many risked their lives for this chance. Su Bai's eyes gleamed. He would rack up as many potions as possible for Little 8. On the way, they passed wounded veterans fresh from the front, missing limbs and groaning in agony. Laid on the ground awaiting medics, they horrified the students. What? Just from clearing nethercats? Slowly, the massive gates of Jiangzhou base opened. Liao Yusin's cold voice rang out. Deputy Commander Hunterblade is leading you himself. This is rare. Perform well. From this moment, death will be your shadow. Outside the base stretched the battlefield, littered with beast corpses. Some shredded by machine gun fire, others blown apart by artillery. The deputy commander ordered a company captain to assign a squad of soldiers to guard the freshmen. Meanwhile, at the Dragon Nation's supreme military command, an officer rushed to the chief of staff with an urgent report. A massive beast invasion is striking our defenses. 12 golden-ranked powerhouses of the Nethercat clan have joined the battle, each attacking one of the 12 military bases along the southwest border. The chief of staff barked an order. Track their movements immediately. Freshmen are undergoing training in the battlefield. Dragon Nation's future cannot be jeopardized. Meanwhile, at base F-269, Su Bai and his group received orders from the deputy commander to clear the battlefield. Su Bai and Lin Yinran eagerly collected materials from the slain nethercats, useful for weapons and potions. Rare loot was everywhere. Su Bai even dug out several beast cores. Jackpot! I'll trade these for blood energy potions. Little 8's leveling up again. Suddenly, the system flashed a dire warning. 164 nethercats were charging toward them from 3 kilometers away. This was rated 5-star lethal danger. Su Bai tensed instantly. He quickly reported to instructor Liao Yusin. I sense a horde of beasts approaching. But when she looked into the distance, there was only silence. She warned him sharply. Don't spread panic. The consequences will be severe. The deputy commander coldly asserted there were no enemies within 2 kilometers. Su Bai retorted, it was 3 kilometers out. The officer scowled. Are you claiming your senses surpass mine? Liao Yusin hurriedly eased the tension. Perhaps Su Bai is just nervous. It's his first battle. Yet Lin Yinran openly sided with him. Unlike others cowed by authority, she boldly protested. Until the truth is clear, no one should dismiss his words. To win their trust, Su Bai revealed the truth. He was a beast tamer with heightened danger perception. The revelation shocked everyone. Even Liao Yusin stared at him wide-eyed. Suddenly, several scouts rushed back yelling, "It's the Nether Cats!" The deputy commander immediately ordered everyone to form a defensive array. They attempted to request reinforcements, but the base itself was under beast assault, unable to send help. The next second, waves of bronze-ranked Nether Cats stormed out, throwing themselves at the soldiers. Battle erupted in an instant. These cats were lightning fast, savage like tigers. A squad of veterans and martial U instructors braced the front lines. Hold the first wave, victory will be ours. But several Nether Cats veered, lunging straight towards Su Bai's group. Su Bai roared, "Remember the oath of Martial University? With my chest, I build the unbreakable Great Wall of the Dragon Nation." As if in response, a powerful spirit of unity surged through the ranks. At that moment, a graceful archer girl appeared above, bow in hand. Each arrow she loosed pierced a Nether Cat with deadly precision. Beside her stood a warrior wielding a colossal sword, towering like a fortress. The archer girl was none other than Zhang Mani, a bronze beginner. "Just hold them off. I'll pierce them one by one." And the greatsword warrior was Luo Yongqiang, also bronze beginner. "They're just a bunch of kittens. What's there to fear?" Liao Yusin glanced back. Sharpshooter Zhang Mani and the naturally mighty Luo Yongqiang. This year's students are impressive indeed. They were strong, but Su Bai also had his own weapon, the turtle. While the students cheered for Zhang Mani and Luo Yongqiang, a massive shadow loomed closer, reeking of blood. It was a silver mid-rank Nether Cat King, larger than all the others combined. The deputy commander panicked instantly, calling the base for reinforcements. But Luo Yongqiang had already charged with his sword, while Zhang Mani tried to divert the beast's gaze. They underestimated it. Liao Yusin couldn't stop them in time. Both were slashed and wounded in an instant. Their squad opened fire to cover them. But the Cat King was relentless, lunging again at Luo Yongqiang, who screamed for help. At the last second, Little 8 smashed into the Cat King's face. The force knocked the beast sprawling, saving Luo Yongqiang's life. Seeing the giant turtle crash down, everyone froze in shock. Han Jiagong immediately recognized it as Su Bai's contracted beast, Little 8. Su Bai stepped forward, declaring, "Little 8 is my tame beast. Clear out the lesser ones. The Cat King is mine." Lin Yanran, seeing his beast for the first time, was thrilled. A turtle just knocked down the Cat King. Su Bai raised his hand. "Go, Little 8. Show this wildcat your power." The turtle shot forward like a rocket, leaving the crowd stunned. Even the deputy commander and Liao Yusin were impressed by Su Bai. With the Cat King pinned, others pushed to finish the common Nether Cats. The Cat King slashed with claws sharp as blades, its strike howling with bloodied wind. But on the turtle's shell, it was like scratching an itch. The claws snapped off completely. The deputy commander gasped. A common rank beast just withstood a silver Cat King strike. That shell is absurd, borderline monstrous. Seizing the chance, the deputy commander leapt skyward with his sword. He struck at the Cat King's waist, its weak point, drawing a howl of agony. But the beast's tail whipped out, hurling him away. Though wounded, he prepared to strike again, ready to fight to the death. Su Bai shouted for Little 8 to unleash its special move. The turtle spun rapidly in place, blurring like a whirlwind. Su Bai dashed up behind. With a mighty kick, he launched it like a cannonball. Little 8 blasted forward, slamming into the Cat King's abdomen. Boom! The impact echoed like thunder. The turtle landed gracefully, steady as a rock. The deputy commander thought grimly, "The Cat King is finished." Sure enough, the beast writhed, blood pouring out. It collapsed dead on the spot. The battlefield exhaled in relief. The Cat King was finally slain. Lin Yanran rushed forward and hugged Su Bai, shouting like an excited fangirl, "Su Bai, you're amazing." While his roommates asked where he bought such a turtle, Little 8 was already digging inside the Cat King's corpse. When it pulled out a golden beast core, its eyes gleamed, ready to sneak a bite. Su Bai immediately noticed. Suddenly, a massive shadow loomed in the sky. The deputy commander's face sank. He realized the Cat King's dying roar had been a call for reinforcements. At the same time, the base's operations center detected abnormal energy waves. F-269 was now swarmed by beasts of unknown rank. What? You mean Tiger Lin's daughter is among those cadets? Hearing this, Vice Commander dispatched troops at full speed. But when Yuan pressed impatiently, within 20 minutes, reinforcements must reach the battlefield. Cold sweat beaded on the Vice Commander's forehead. Damn it! If Tiger Lin goes berserk, all of Jiangzhou will pay the price. The shadow in the sky suddenly spoke in human tongue. Foolish humans. Pathetic race. How dare you slaughter my kin? It dropped beside the Cat King's corpse. Without hesitation, it began devouring the body. Su Bai's system blared. Warning, gold rank beast detected. Extreme danger. Retreat immediately. This Shadow Cat King had a bloodlust berserk talent. Once injured, its strength and agility doubled. Clearly, even the instructors had never faced such a monster. Some students broke down sobbing. I don't want to die here. Where's the reinforcements? The deputy commander raised his sword and charged, ordering everyone to evacuate the wounded. But it was like an egg striking stone. He was struck down instantly. The beast sneered, "You, worthy of me." In desperation, Su Bai shouted for Little 8 to shield him. The turtle leapt forward, blocking a deadly claw meant for the commander. The Shadow Cat King sneered, surprised. This turtle, tough indeed. But even its iron shell cracked with 3 bloody gashes. Su Bai spat blood as well. Lin Yanran's face turned pale with fear. The deputy commander realized the truth. This was one of the Beast Tamer's 3 supreme gifts. Origin Link. With Little 8 gravely wounded, the talent had triggered. Beast and Master shared energy and damage. Luckily, Su Bai was not fatally harmed. Liao Yusin stared in shock. His body was intact. Su Bai is enduring silver-ranked attacks with his beast. Support him now. The Shadow Cat King scoffed coldly. It's all of you. A surge of shadow energy tore through the ranks, aimed straight at Su Bai. Yanran threw herself around him, shielding him with her body. Boom! The impact exploded. Lin Yanran froze, eyes wide with disbelief. Su Bai smiled knowingly. Little 8 had finally absorbed the Cat King's crystal. It had ascended to bronze beginner rank, activating the bloodline of the sacred beast Xuanwu, summoning a phantom avatar. At that moment, the terrifying might of the sacred beast erupted, shaking the battlefield to its core. The deputy commander and instructors froze at the sight of Little 8's golden radiance. That glow. Could it be a legendary beast? At the same time, Su Bai's wounds completely healed. He gave a sharp command. Little 8, wipe out that monster. The turtle swung its massive palm, swatting the Shadow Cat King like an insect. The beast's body flew dozens of meters, carving a deep trench across the ground. The deputy commander trembled in awe. Just how terrifying is Su Bai's beast? The Cat King roared in fury. I'll kill you all. Its body split, summoning shadow clones that charged at the cadets. It sought to vent its wrath through human lives. Little 8 unleashed a new skill, Xuanwu Gravity. With a thunderous slap to the ground, golden waves burst outward. The clones felt their feet chained by invisible weights, unable to move. The turtle opened its gaping jaws, waiting for prey to fall in. Crunch! One bite, and a clone was gone. Su Bai shouted, Little 8, no mercy. Unleash it all. The turtle erupted with a devastating energy wave. The Shadow Cat King and all its clones disintegrated into ash. Just then, Master Wen Yuan finally arrived, but the battle was already over. Surveying the wreckage, he shuddered at the carnage. The deputy commander directed troops to clear the battlefield. Wen Yuan rushed to Lin Yanran's side. Seeing her safe, his heart finally eased. The deputy commander reported the full situation to him. Wen Yuan turned to Su Bai, astonished. That gold-ranked Shadow Cat King, was it you who killed it? Su Bai replied humbly. It was the effort of everyone. Not mine alone. Wen Yuan smiled and offered. Would you train at Jiangzhou Fortress? Though beast tamers have declined, I'll personally mentor you. But Su Bai shook his head. He wasn't ready to decide. Once casualties were tallied, Wen Yuan ordered all students back to base. The cadets stepped through the teleportation gate in order. Train well, Wen Yuan told them. You are the strongest class I've ever seen. As the freshmen emerged from the array, the academy's great square thundered with cheers. Instructor Zhang Kai and the entire faculty welcomed them home as heroes. Many cadets were dazed. The real hero is Su Bai. We were just cannon fodder. Zhang Kai declared their test results would be the highest in academy history. That night, after lights out, Han Jiagong whispered curiously, asking what kind of turtle Little 8 really was. He wanted to buy one too. Su Bai only smiled faintly, offering no answer. The next morning, Han Jiagong was awoken by loud knocking. When he opened the door, he was stunned. A group of girls walked in, each carrying a bento box. Upper-class from the Jiangzhou Martial Academy's student council, delivering breakfast to the heroes who had just returned from the battlefield. A senior sister politely smiled at Han Jiagong, glancing around the dorm. Excuse me, which one of you is Su Bai? Fan Chowan pointed at the empty top bunk, puzzled. Brother Su went out for a run. You know him? One of the girls exclaimed with admiration. Who in the academy doesn't know Su Bai now? The only pity is he doesn't know me. She added excitedly. He's our Jiangzhou Martial Academy's hero. Just turn on the TV and you'll see. With that, the seniors left. At that moment, Su Bai was jogging on the playground. The big screen was broadcasting military news. Yesterday, multiple provinces' rear bases were attacked by massive beast invasions. Golden-ranked beasts were among the attackers. Martial cadets from many provinces suffered near total annihilation. Only Jiangzhou Martial Academy, through desperate resistance, slew a golden-ranked beast, becoming the sole victor. The military has decided all Jiangzhou cadets and instructors will be awarded a collective second-class merit. Cadet Su Bai, for outstanding achievements, is granted first-class merit. Su Bai froze at the shocking announcement. Nearby students erupted in excitement. Jiangzhou Martial forever. Humanity will prevail. One girl even shouted, Who knows Su Bai? I want to be his girlfriend. Seeing the commotion, Su Bai slipped away into a corner. His little sister called, thrilled, Brother, you're on TV. Mom and Dad want you home. They'll treat you well tonight. All the neighbors are praising you. Even third uncle's sister-in-law wants to introduce you to a girlfriend. Back in his neighborhood, Su Bai was stunned. Crowds had gathered to greet him warmly. His sister rushed over with a bright smile. His parents, faces full of pride, finally basked in the honor Su Bai had brought home. After sending away the enthusiastic neighbors, the siblings finally caught their breath. Just as Su Bai sat down on the sofa, a system prompt flashed before his eyes. Detected contractable creature, kitten. Contract. He quickly asked his sister if they had a cat. Sure enough, the little white kitten eating nearby was her new pet. She explained she had found a stray on the street a few days ago and brought it home. Seeing how much she adored it, Su Bai decided to give up contracting it. But then, another system screen popped up. The kitten possessed White Tiger's sacred bloodline. Only a fool would refuse, and the kitten seemed to like him too. Su Bai discussed with his sister about becoming its beast tamer. She refused flatly. You already took Little 8. Don't you dare take my little white too. To win her over, Su Bai coaxed and bargained, promising her gifts. 2 days later, he returned to school with both Little 8 and Little White. Many girls assumed he was a cat lover. Little 8 looked at the kitten like a big brother. So this is the boss's school? Stick with me, kid. Soon, whispers spread among the students around them. Then the loudspeaker rang. Student Su Bai, please report to the principal's office. Su Bai wondered what the principal wanted. In the office, the principal praised him and asked what reward he wanted. Knowing the man was stingy, Su Bai schemed for some supplies. He pretended to be modest. Principal, I don't want the school to spend too much. Just give me 100 golden beast cores. The principal nearly fainted. I don't even have that if you smash my bones into dust. Why don't you take my job instead? After relentless persuasion, Su Bai finally secured 15 bronze beast cores. Truly, the old man was miserly. On top of that, Su Bai was chosen as a freshman representative for the 100 Academies tournament, a chance for glory and rich rewards. Yet the tournament brimmed with experts. Victory would not be easy. Su Bai sighed inwardly. The sly principal clearly wanted to push him into the fire. Soon, the principal gathered all the representatives. The tournament is military-led. Though our resources pale compared to Imperial and Magic Capital Academies, I expect you to fight for honor. After roll call, the principal suddenly announced Su Bai would be team captain. Immediately, upperclassmen protested. They argued that senior Qing Shu was stronger and more experienced. The principal frowned. You saw the news. Su Bai slew a golden-ranked beast. If any of you want captaincy, bring me one of those heads yourselves. Faces soured, resentment lingered. Some even prepared to challenge Su Bai directly. Su Bai was speechless. The old fox had thrown him in the fire pit. The principal dismissed them, reminding all to prepare. Less than 20 days remained. Before the words even settled, Su Bai bolted out, not wanting to stay a second longer. Back in the dorm, Su Bai's first priority was feeding his 2 bottomless pits. The 15 bronze beast cores promised by the principal would be enough to push Little 8 to the next level. He comforted Little White. Don't worry, there's food for you too. He poured a full vial of blood chi potion into Little White's bowl. Meanwhile, Little 8's glowing eyes were locked on the bag of beast cores. Su Bai sneered, dumping the fortune worth of beast cores out. If you don't evolve now, I'll feed every last resource to Little White instead. Sure enough, Little 8's body erupted with golden light as he devoured them. During the evolution, the entire academy trembled like a quake. Ding! Little 8 had advanced to bronze mid-rank. Though no new talents appeared, all his attributes surged upward, enough to make Su Bai grin with satisfaction. Not to be outdone, Little White advanced to ordinary high rank, awakening a new talent, Nether Ghost Step. Su Bai affectionately patted both of them. Good, very good. Little White's agility skyrocketed in a terrifying leap. With both beasts empowering him, Su Bai's combat stats now rivaled a silver beginner warrior. He clenched his fists, eyes blazing. In the 100 Academies tournament, I'll show them just how far above I stand. Determined to sharpen his knowledge, Su Bai went to the Jiangzhou Martial Library. The beautiful mentor nearly gasped when she checked his balance. A freshman with 180 credits? Impossible. She pointed the way. That section is all about beast taming. Su Bai thanked her and browsed the towering shelves, realizing he had more than enough material to study for months. One book, however, caught his eye: Autobiography of Lofen, the strongest beast master in history. Inside, it recorded the 3 supreme beast master exclusive talents in ancient incantations: heaven and earth return, soul eternal, arms and beasts become one, sacred beast armament, roots of life entwined, origin flows as one. Apart from origin confluence, Su Bai couldn't yet grasp the meaning of the others. The text told of Lofen, who fought the invading clans alone until his final breath. Su Bai's heart stirred. He vowed to study this book thoroughly. Suddenly, the book floated in his hands, glowing with radiant light, and power surged into his body. He quickly asked if he could borrow it. The mentor frowned, noticing the book had no catalog tag. No matter how she tried, she couldn't open it. It was sealed. Yet when Su Bai held it, the pages turned effortlessly. Baffled, she allowed him to take it for as long as he wished. Not long after he left, she phoned the principal. The book you left on the shelf. He's taken it. The principal was stunned. He could actually open it. A satisfied smile spread across his face. Lofen, the one you waited for. After 100 years, he has finally appeared. You can rest easy. Time flew. The day of the 100 Academies tournament had arrived. The tournament was divided into 5 battle zones, with only 2 teams surviving from each. All 8 academies of Jiangzhou province would clash here, under the eyes of a nationwide live broadcast. As soon as they got off the bus, Lanying and Fuchuan schools started mocking each other as trash. The arena was packed, deafening with noise. Seeing that Su Bai hadn't shown up, his teammates thought he had chickened out. But the moment they said it, he walked right in. Liao Yusin noticed his strength had grown and asked him to arrange the lineup. He only smiled. "I've got it covered." Instructor Zhang Kai stepped up, his speech roaring. "A month ago, the savage beasts attacked our rear bases. Martial academies across the provinces were slaughtered nearly to extinction." Zhang Kai's voice thundered. "Brothers and sisters, will we avenge this?" The crowd raised their fists, shouting, "Revenge! Slaughter the beasts! Humanity will prevail." Seeing the momentum, Zhang Kai declared, "This is the meaning of today's 100 Schools League. Now, the Jiangzhou division begins." The format: team battles. 5 members per team. Losers step down, winners stay on until the last squad remains. The draw was revealed. First match Longying versus Xinming University. Second match Jiangzhou versus Qingyun University. The principal walked up and asked Su Bai how he'd assign his lineup. Su Bai said confidently, "I'll go first. The rest of you decide among yourselves." Liao Yusin rolled her eyes. "That's your tactic?" The seniors argued they should counter Qingyun's order, but Su Bai promised he wouldn't let anyone down. The principal watched quietly, realizing Su Bai had grown not only in level but also in perception. Still, he leaned in and whispered, "At least let the seniors take a sip of soup, or you'll offend them and won't last here." In just under 3 minutes, Xinming University crushed the first match. Liao Yusin sighed. "Xinming really is strong this year." Su Bai rose, heading to the stage. "Just watch." From the stands, Lin Yanran clenched her fists, her sweet voice ringing out. "Su Bai, go for it. You have to win the championship." Qingyun's first fighter was their captain, Li Lingfeng. He sneered. "So you're the freshman who killed a gold-ranked beast?" Su Bai's tone was calm. "Yeah, that's me." Li Lingfeng smirked. "Same bronze mid-tier as me, yet you talk big." But Su Bai casually pulled a little turtle from his pack. Li Lingfeng almost burst out laughing. "You brought your pet turtle to a match?" Su Bai ignored him. "Breakfast first." The crowd jeered. Is Jiangzhou so desperate they send clowns like this? Even his teammates thought he was too cocky, casually snacking on chips and sipping soda in the ring. They didn't know Xiao Ba was about to slap them all in the face. The turtle roared, bursting with golden light. In an instant, it transformed into a colossal black tortoise, its body expanding 100-fold. The sheer pressure forced Li Lingfeng to step back. The arena went silent, then erupted. "That turtle's huge. Its eye alone is bigger than a basketball. That shell's basically a tank. No wonder Su Bai killed a gold-ranked beast. One slap and you're done." Lin Yanran realized Su Bai had grown even stronger. He sipped his cola. "Finish it quickly." Li Lingfeng froze as the giant shadow lunged. Xiao Ba's paw slammed down, sending him flying before he could react. Had it not held back, that slap would have turned him to dust. Su Bai waved his bottle with a smirk. "Hold on for another 2 minutes. At least let me finish my soda first." Infuriated, Li Lingfeng roared, unleashing all his strength against Xiao Ba. His head morphed into solid rock. With a flash step, he charged in, swinging his stone fist. But before the punch even landed, Xiao Ba smacked him clean out of the arena again. The scene caught everyone off guard. Before the fight even began, it was already over. The principal chuckled. "Impressive youth." In the stands, students whispered, "Was Li Lingfeng stupid? How could he not dodge that giant slap?" Another student snapped back. "Bro, your physics sucks. The bigger the turtle, the faster it strikes. Even a mid-tier bronze can't stop it. This beast is unbeatable." As Zhang Kai announced Su Bai's victory, Qingyun's second fighter, Zhang Xian, entered the arena. Her face was tense, eyes locked on Xiao Ba, planning to rely on speed and never let it close in. She darted around like a grasshopper, bouncing in and out of range, testing its limits. The crowd cheered wildly for her. Zhang Xian thought, "If I could just find one opening, I can end this in a single strike." On the sidelines, mentors and teammates grew anxious. Su Bai's way too careless. But he sat there, unbothered, still munching peanuts. Xiaoba swiped a massive claw missed. Zhang Xian flipped behind it in a flash. Then she burst forward, sword raised, charging straight at Su Bai. Your turtle's tough, but if I take out the Beastmaster, you're finished. Liao Yusin panicked. Crap. She's going for Su Bai. Lin Yinran broke into a cold sweat. Watch out. Zhang Xian's blade swung down. Su Bai, you've lost. The next second, only her sword spun helplessly in the air. Zhang Xian herself was blasted across the stage by Xiao Ba's sweeping tail. Lin Yinran exhaled in relief. What a move! Divine turtle tail sweep. The teammates once again looked at Su Bai in awe. Zhang Xian lay on the ground, unwilling to accept it. She'd never imagined the turtle had such a trick. Su Bai stepped forward almost kindly. Go down and heal. You got too close, so Xiao Ba hit harder than usual. Now, it's my turn to get serious. Zhang Xian was carried off the stage by medics. Standing beside Xiao Ba, Su Bai shouted arrogantly, "Who's next?" The third fighter, a girl in glasses, also fell to Xiao Ba's overwhelming power. The fourth was slapped out in one hit as well. Su Bai even had time to snap a selfie and post it online. After the fifth opponent was crushed, Zhang Kai grabbed Su Bai's hand, declaring excitedly, "Victory for Jiangzhou Martial University." The crowd erupted like a tidal wave. Su Bai snacked on peanuts the whole time, letting a turtle do the fighting, and he still won. Never seen such a cocky contestant. This is awesome. Su Bai 5 in a row. The turtle 5 in a row. As Su Bai stepped down, hearing the chants, he muttered, "Why does it sound like they're calling me the turtle?" Liao Yusin praised him, and even the old principal finally felt proud. With your own strength, you crushed Qingyun University and brought glory to Jiangzhou. The morning matches ended, and everyone returned to rest. In Fuchuan's lounge, their principal looked grave. Next round, they'll likely send Su Bai again. His beast is nearly unbeatable in close combat. But our captain, Mao Kai, uses poison abilities. No need to fight up close, just keep distance, spread poison, and kill that turtle. Meanwhile, Ximing University was also devising strategy. Their principal encouraged them. Su Bai is strong, but his weakness is clear. Break through the turtle's defense. That's the only way. If you face him, Li Feng, you go first. You're a speed-type fighter, with battle techniques boosting your agility. Follow the same approach Zhang Xian tried. By afternoon, Zhang Kai announced the second round was about to begin, with a fresh random draw for the teams. In the stands, students were buzzing. Jiangzhou doesn't even need the rest of the team. Su Bai alone can crush every school. But rival schools scoffed, "Don't get cocky. Once you face teams from other provinces, you'll be flattened." The draw was revealed. Jiangzhou Martial versus Ximing University. Seeing Su Bai step up first, Li Feng was relieved. They'd already prepared a plan to counter him. Watching Li Feng's burdened expression, Su Bai almost felt pity. He smiled, "Relax, brother. Just hang in there. It'll be over soon." Li Feng glared at him, snapping, "Su Bai, don't get so full of yourself." With a burst of blood energy, he shot forward like lightning, leaving streaks of green light behind, aiming straight for Xiao Ba. He moved like a cheetah, circling fast along the turtle's edge. To be fair, his speed was far beyond Zhang Xian's from the morning. But every strike landed like a tickle, completely useless against Xiao Ba's defense. When the tortoise's tail whipped back, Li Feng retreated instantly, slipping outside its range. The crowd roared, "That turtle's pissed." If Li Feng suddenly turns on Su Bai, he might actually win. Yeah, it's unfair the turtle's got no brains, but I love it. Go Li Feng. His teammates watched as Li Feng lured Xiao Ba away, confused why Su Bai wasn't worried. Instead, Su Bai casually pulled out a can of cola, sipping it leisurely as he watched the fight. By now, Li Feng had drawn Xiao Ba out of range of its tail. Suddenly, he spun and lunged straight at Su Bai. "You've underestimated me too much." His kick was about to smash into Su Bai's face when Su Bai simply called out, "Xiao Ba." At once, glowing yellow rings lit up across the stage. Li Feng froze midair, locked in place. Above Xiao Ba, the phantom of a black tortoise manifested. Su Bai warned calmly, "Stop playing around. Finish it." Under the pull of the black tortoise's gravity, Li Feng was yanked straight in front of Xiao Ba. With energy gathering in the turtle's jaws, he panicked, shouting surrender. But it was too late. A blast of energy erupted. Li Feng was hurled into the stands, smashing the wall so hard it left a black crater. Students whispered in awe. It's not that Li Feng was weak, it's Su Bai who's monstrous. The Xinming principal, seeing his fighter's miserable state, knew the rest had no chance and announced forfeit. Next up, Su Bai faced Fuchuan University. Hearing the news, students muttered, "Su Bai's too strong. Forfeiting is better than humiliation." Liao Yusin thought Su Bai could conserve strength for Fuchuan, but teammates joked, "What's there to conserve?" Still, their captain is poison type. That might be tricky. As the match began, Su Bai had just summoned Xiao Ba. Mao Kai raised a hand. "No rush. How about we make a deal?" Su Bai frowned. "What deal?" Mao Kai smiled. "You're strong, but I'd like to discuss Beast Masters with you." All the while, his hand was secretly gathering poison. Su Bai instantly realized he was stalling, since poison abilities took time to charge. He barked an order. "Xiao Ba attack." Mao Kai sneered. "Too late. No matter how strong your beast is, it won't escape my poison mist." In an instant, venom spread, engulfing Xiao Ba's massive body and even leaving Su Bai with nowhere to run. His teammates and mentors tensed. He's too careless. They say Mao Kai once held off high-tier beasts alone in trials. Inside the haze, Mao Kai darted like a shadow, slipping behind Xiao Ba with ease. Immune to his own toxins, he was certain Su Bai couldn't last long. This match was his. But spotting Su Bai calmly sitting, he scoffed. "Meditating to resist my poison? How naive. Die, Su Bai." He leapt, diving down at Su Bai. Instead, a golden shield flared up, blocking him mid-strike. Mao Kai's eyes widened. Impossible. How can a beast master survive inside poison mist? From the stands, the principal explained, "That's a high-tier beast master talent. Origin flow." Su Bai channels his beast defense into his own body. Su Bai waved the poison mist away, sneering, "This stinks. Time to end it." In the next instant, Xiao Ba's blood-red eyes flashed before Mao Kai. A massive slap crashed down, sending him flying off the stage. Lin Yanran jumped up excited. "Su Bai, I won't let you leave me too far behind." The crowd roared. Su Bai 5 in a row, the turtle 5 in a row. With Mao Kai defeated, Fuchuan Marshal had no choice but to forfeit. Zhang Kai announced, champion of the provincial league, Su Bai of Jiangzhou. Su Bai patted Xiao Ba's head with a grin. "Finally done. Let's go home and feast." The principal walked over with praise. Su Bai seized the moment. "Since I brought glory to Jiangzhou, shouldn't you reward me with some extra resources?" The principal laughed. "Brat trying to extort me? I won't fall for that. The military will grant merit points. Exchange them at logistics." His teammates groaned. Only Su Bai fought. "What do merit points have to do with us?" Awkward silence. The principal quickly changed topic. 3 days from now, we head to Luocheng for the All-District League. Do you have confidence?" He dismissed everyone to rest and prepare. As he left, he added, "Su Bai, I look forward to your performance in 3 days." Su Bai muttered, "Old fox. Stingy as ever. The moment I ask for resources, he bolts." Soon after, TV stations broadcast the league results. Top 3 were the Imperial Capital, Magic Capital, and the Great Wall Defense Academy. Many prodigies had shined, but the brightest was Su Bai of Jiangzhou. 3 matches, 15 opponents crushed, the undefeated champion. The news declared, "A strong youth makes a strong nation." Let students across the country learn from Su Bai. Meanwhile, Su Bai entered a spacious, quiet training room. He released Xiao Bai from his pack. He pulled out 4 silver-tier beast cores, bought with merit points, preparing to evolve it. Xiao Bai stretched out its paw, urging him to hurry. Su Bai fed at the first core. Golden light flared as Xiao Bai's body began to grow. With just 1 core, it awakened the bloodline of the white tiger and evolved into a sharp gold white tiger. Excited, Su Bai fed at the remaining 3, hoping for an even greater surprise. But Su Bai only licked its paw, showing no reaction. Then, suddenly, dazzling golden light exploded from its body. Su Bai was stunned. This is insane. Su Bai had fully evolved into a towering, majestic white tiger, far more impressive than Su Bai. Su Bai checked Su Bai's status panel. Every stat had skyrocketed, and it had awakened 3 terrifying talents: Sharp Gold Claw, Spirit of Gold, and Phantom of Gold. This thing could shred the heavens, the earth, and the air itself. He grinned with satisfaction. Worth every one of those 4 silver beast cores. Patting Su Bai, he said, "The upcoming league. Leave it to you." Meanwhile, in a villa in the imperial capital, a man in mink robes stared at Su Bai's battle on TV, intrigued. This kid hides many secrets. He ordered his aide, investigate him. That turtle of his might be even more outrageous than Luo fans back then. 3 days later, Su Bai arrived at the Loha arena, full of anticipation. But the setup shocked him. Only 9 academies joined this time, with one forfeiting, meaning someone would draw a bye. Su Bai groaned inside, "I don't want to buy. I need more matches to farm military points for my 2 gluttons." The principal promised everyone a chance to fight and had Su Bai do the draw. But when the hostess revealed the result, Su Bai wanted to slap himself. Jiangzhou Marshal drew the bye. The principal and mentors, however, were delighted. Straight to the next round. With that luck, you should buy a lottery ticket. The first match began, Luoha versus Fuchuan. Fuchuan's female fighter was clearly struggling. 2 hours later, the first round's top 8 concluded. The hostess announced the next draw. Jiangzhou Marshal got another bye. The audience erupted. "No way anyone's this lucky. Must be rigged." 2 pretty girls even complained. "Luoha must be dodging Su Bai on purpose. That's disrespectful." A military officer stood up, solemnly declaring, "After strict checks, no foul play was found. Jiangzhou's draw was fair." The principal beamed. "We're already in the top 3 of the district. One more win, and we reach the finals." Meanwhile, Su Bai looked utterly depressed. An hour later, the finals began. Jiangzhou versus Lanzhou University. His teammates eagerly volunteered to fight first. But the principal had already decided. Luo Yongqiang and Bai Ningbing first, then Wang Qingqing and Hu Qingshu, with Su Bai as the finisher. The team's morale soared, while Su Bai sulked. "Guess I won't even get to fight." Luo Yongqiang entered first, a bronze beginner against a bronze mid-tier. He fought hard but lost in the end. The second fighter, Bai Ningbing, entered in a frenzy. Twin blades danced like a storm, his inherited swordplay and swift footwork forcing his opponent into retreat until he claimed victory. The icy school, Beauty Wang Qingqing followed, her soft whip flowing between offense and defense. With flawless skill, she blasted her opponent clean out of the ring. Watching, Su Bai muttered, "Are my teammates all leveling up this fast? Is it because of me? When will it finally be my turn?" After Wang Qingqing's narrow defeat, Hu Qingshu stepped up, grinning. "Both of you come at me together. Saves time." The 2 remaining Lanzhou fighters flared with rage. "Cocky bastard. You'll regret that." The hostess quickly confirmed, 1 versus multiple is allowed. "Begin." Su Bai shot to his feet. "A 1-on-2? He's not even leaving me a scrap to fight." Hu Qingshu wasted no breath, unleashing his wit abilities. A towering 1,000-year maple tree burst into being. Countless leaves whirled like blades, trapping both enemies within. They struggled desperately, but the pressure mounted. Su Bai stroked his chin. Hu Qingshu's mental strength is terrifying. The principal nodded in approval. As expected of that family's heir, Jiangzhou's substitutes gaped. "Senior Qingshu is this strong?" Fighting 2 at once, calm as ever. Still Su Bai scarier. His beast even killed a gold-ranked monster. On stage, the maple leaf maelstrom roared louder. Their foes were about to collapse. Hu Qingshu gathered a swirl of crimson leaves in his palm. With a shout break, a storm of leaf blades erupted, blasting both fighters out of the arena. Victory was his. In the end, Jiangzhou and Luoha advanced to the national finals. The principal praised Shu but added with a laugh, "The true MVP is still Su Bai. Drawing 2 buys in a row made this path too easy." To Su Bai, it sounded more like sarcasm. The principal announced, 1 week until nationals. Beyond merit rewards, the school will grant extra resources for your growth. The team cheered in joy, while Su Bai sighed, "I still need more supplies to feed Xiaoba and Xiaobai." Meanwhile, at the Lin family villa, when Yuan came to call Lin Yanran for dinner, only to find her training fiercely against a squad of robots. "Uncle Wen Yuan, I'm not hungry. I'll train another hour." He could only shake his head. Since Su Bai entered the league, this girl spent her days watching his battles and pushing herself relentlessly, forgetting the balance of rest and effort. She even asked Wen Yuan to request more pills from her father, desperate to grow stronger faster. As Wen Yuan left, he sighed. So many of the capital's top families sought her hand, yet she rejected them all. What spell has Su Bai cast on her? A week later, the team arrived at the grand stage of the finals, the Magic Capital. The moment they got off the bus, the sight of the pure gold school gate stunned everyone. "Too luxurious," Su Bai muttered under his breath. "That gate must have cost billions to build. Insane." The principal chuckled. "Billions? Just the materials alone cost 1.8 billion. And it was forged in a single day by 20 gold-ranked and 5 platinum-ranked powerhouses. Look at the motto carved there. Only the strong can defend the nation. That's the spirit they're flaunting." As they spoke, a student walked out to greet them. "Principal Zhou, welcome. I'm Zhang Ming, Vice President of Magic Capital University's Student Council. Please follow me." The old principal nodded. "All right, I'll trouble you then." Bai Ningbing muttered, "What a show-off. Our principal comes all the way here, and they just send a student council VP. Wang Qingqing whispered, "That's because they think Jiangzhou is weak. If it were the imperial capital arriving, their own principal would be here at the gate." Zhang Ming led them on a tour, showing off facilities like their multi-billion gravity training ground, where warriors could condense blood energy simply by training inside. The principal's eyes glistened with envy. "If we had that, we could produce hundreds of silver-ranked students every year." Soon they reached the Magic Capital Grand Hotel, a skyscraper built to international 5-star standards. Zhang Ming introduced proudly. The first floor offers a 24/7 buffet. All the meat comes from savage beasts, cooked by top chefs, unlimited supply. It's great for boosting blood energy. Su Bai's eyes widened. "Unlimited? Really?" Zhang Ming sneered inwardly at the country bumpkin, but kept smiling. "Of course. Your guests here. No one leaves hungry. Eat all you like." Su Bai rushed toward the doors, shouting, "Ha! Xiao Bai, feast time." Zhang Ming laughed awkwardly, while Wang Qingqing muttered nervously, "They don't know how much his turtle eats." Luo Yongqiang groaned. "If Su Bai goes in first, will there be anything left for us?" The team charged in like a stampede, leaving only the principal and Zhang Ming at the entrance. The principal gave a sheepish smile. "Youthful energy, please don't mind." The next day, they stepped into Magic Capital's massive stadium, capable of seating 300,000. The roar of fans for their schools shook the sky. For the team, it was their first time in such a massive stadium. They'd only ever seen it on TV, so they pulled out their phones for selfies. The principal quickly barked, "Put those away. Listen up. Time to explain the rules." 13 academies would clash in the finals. The Great Wall Defense Academy, being a direct military school, was seeded straight into the top 4. No more buys this time. Teammates grumbled, "That's so unfair." The principal explained, "The Great Wall Academy is the military's genius base, the only school set right on the Beast War frontline." Everyone gasped. Even Su Bai felt a chill. The principal warned, "This national final hides true monsters. Don't take anyone lightly. Su Bai, you open. Hu Qingxu closes." Soon the host's voice boomed, silencing the crowd. The 100 schools' national finals begin. The draw was revealed. Jiangzhou versus Yokohama, Imperial versus East China, Magic Capital versus Nanjing. All three at once. The principal smirked. Good luck. No top 3 giants for us. Bai Ningbing stepped up eagerly. Yokohama is on our level. Let me go first. But Su Bai snapped, no. I'm going first. I'll show every Academy Jiangzhou's real strength. No one looks down on us. The match began. Both sides took the stage. A red-haired bronze high rank sneered. Making it to the finals is impressive, but this is where your road ends. Su Bai only grinned, releasing Su Bai. Finish it quick. Boom. The giant tortoise slammed onto the ground, shaking the arena. The audience erupted. That thing's huge. This is going to be good. The redhead broke into a cold sweat as the beast, bigger than a truck, lumbered toward him. His heart sank. This is cheating. But one brutal tail swipe later, he was launched clean out of the ring. Su Bai muttered with disdain, pathetic. I didn't even open my chips. The entire stadium froze. Weren't Beast Masters supposed to be useless? He's crushing higher ranks like it's nothing. This is the national finals. Su Bai dragged out a small stool, clearly showing zero respect for his opponent. Haven't you watched his matches? That turtle's defense is insane, easily silver level. With a beast like that, fighting bronze warriors is child's play. You'd be just as arrogant. The next challenger, a girl in a short skirt with a massive mechanical arm, stormed forward, furious. Jiangzhou University, you're insulting us. I'll make you pay. She charged, fist swinging. Su Bai stayed relaxed, snacking and flipping through his comic. This manga is so good, gotta give it a like. In the next instant, she was blasted away by a shockwave from Su Bai. The principal nearly died of embarrassment. This was the national finals. Su Bai's way too flamboyant. How am I supposed to face Principal Chun from Yokohama now? Still, damn, that was satisfying to watch. Hu Qingshu warned him not to celebrate too early. Su Bai might soon face a real threat. Isn't that the captain of Imperial Capital University? East China University, trying to avoid humiliation, sent out their silver-level captain first. Everyone assumed it would be an even match. Yet within a minute, East China's captain lay bloodied on the ground, while Imperial Capital's captain stood unharmed, smiling. Sorry, went a little heavy there. The principal recognized it instantly. Fire attribute, Silver Peak. Imperial Capital's strength was terrifying. Hu Qingshu sighed. Unless the Great Wall Guard Academy steps in, only Shanghai might match them. Next round, Luoha University. Their captain, Wang Mingquan, volunteered. Let me take the lead. I'll give them a taste of being wiped out. The principal reminded him. Use your speed. Don't clash head-on with the turtle. The fight began. Hands in pockets, Wang Mingquan strolled forward. Last time he got lucky. This time Jiangzhou won't be so fortunate. Su Bai waved him off. A silver wind user? Su Bai, he's yours. Wang Mingquan sneered. Feel the power of wind. Let me show you silver strength. Gales erupted around him. With a sharp whistle, he shot past like a tornado over Su Bai's head. Su Bai's gravity couldn't catch him. He was too fast. He flashed right in front of Su Bai, smirking. Too slow to react. You're done, bronze brat. A wind blade sliced toward him. Su Bai sipped his drink, muttering, can't even snack in peace with all this wind. Wang Mingquan hurled more blades, filling the arena with smoke and dust. Landing lightly, he faked a smile. Oops, went too hard. Rest up, kid. But every strike had been blocked by Su Bai's Black Tortoise bulwark. Su Bai tilted his head. Care to repeat that? Wang Mingquan froze. No way. You've mastered Luo Fan's divine art, Origin Flow. Su Bai grinned. Wind user, huh? Confident in your speed? Let's play then. He recalled Su Bai and opened his backpack. Kneeling, he released Su Bai. Think you're fast? Race my kitty. The little cat stretched lazily, looking cute and harmless. Wang Mingquan burst into laughter. Su Bai, are you insane? Bringing a house cat to a tournament. The crowd erupted. Jiangzhou sure knows how to put on a show. That kitten's adorable. I want one too. His teammates were dumbfounded. What the hell is Su Bai doing? Mocking his opponent with a cat. Only the principal's eyes narrowed. Don't jump to conclusions. Watch closely. On stage, Wang Mingquan sneered, Better bring out the turtle. Su Bai ignored him and calmly told Su Bai, "This isn't a battlefield. Don't go too hard." A deafening tiger's roar shook the arena, a golden phantom tiger rising above Su Bai's head. Wang Mingquan clutched his ears, thinking he was seeing things. But when the kitten transformed into a massive white tiger and lunged, he realized his mistake. The arena exploded. That's no pet cat. It's a tiger, bigger than anything in a zoo. Hu Qingxu was stunned. A second beast? Even silver-level tamers struggle to control too. Su Bai's hiding far more than we know. On stage, Wang Mingquan unleashed Wind Flash, narrowly dodging the tiger's strike. In the next instant, Su Bai vanished into a blur, pressing in close. Cold sweat ran down his back. Impossible. Faster than my wind. With ghost step of sharp gold, Su Bai clung to him like a shadow. No matter how fast he went, he couldn't shake it. Realizing the tiger's speed outclassed his own, Wang Mingquan shifted his gaze to Su Bai, still snacking casually. Beat the master, win the match. He shot forward at top speed. But in the blink of an eye, Su Bai's massive body blocked the way, golden pupils glinting with disdain. Before Wang Mingquan could react, a single swipe sent him flying off the stage. With a thunderous crash, he smashed into the ground below the stands. The host shouted, voice trembling, "Victory! Jiangzhou's Su Bai wins." The audience was left speechless. A mid-bronze crushed a silver captain and dominated him. That tiger's scarier than the turtle. So brutal. Cheers roared nonstop. Su Bai for the win. Jiangzhou for the win. Even the judges leaned forward. Never heard of this Su Bai kid. Even Imperial and Shanghai's teams aren't stronger than this. A monster like him showing up, Jiangzhou's rising for sure. Meanwhile, in Modi University's lounge, two students sneered. Law is trash. That kid used two beasts to freeload millions in buffet food. If we see him, he's dead. Chao Zishuan smirked. Arrogant brat. If we face him in the semis, crush him. Yeah, country bumpkins like that need to be taught a lesson. The next battles were laughably easy. The second opponent pinned by a single claw. The third, a pink-haired girl, tossed gently out of the ring with a tiger tail whip. The fourth, an ice user, had his shield shattered like glass. In under 10 minutes, 5 challengers were annihilated. The stadium boiled with excitement. The old principal wept openly. Heavens above, Jiangzhou finally made top 4. His teammates raised their heads high. Now let's see who dares look down on us. The principal beamed. Su Bai, you made history. You're Jiangzhou's greatest hero in centuries. Top 4 means our mission is complete. Everyone will be rewarded handsomely. Su Bai frowned. Top 4 and stop there? You're just giving away the championship and its billions in resources? I didn't agree to that. The principal froze. Our goal was survival and maybe top 4. You can't mean to challenge the 3 elite schools. Hu Qingxu was stunned. Defeating those elite schools? That's nothing but a fool's dream. To crush the fear rooted deep in their hearts, Su Bai shouted passionately. Look at Modi University. Their school gate alone cost 1.8 billion. We must bring home the championship too, rebuild our gate, and prove worthy of Jiangzhou's people. His words ignited his teammates. You're right. We can't back down. Su Bai, you lead us in the semi-finals. The principal gave a wry smile. Such courage is admirable. Go rest, and tomorrow, fight for the championship. Watching them leave, he sighed quietly. These kids still too young, too fiery. Meanwhile, at Dragon Nation's Supreme Military Command, the Marshal and 6 Lord-level powerhouses gathered. The preparations for a counterattack on the 10,000 races were complete, with armies massing at the front lines. The Marshal rose, voice booming like steel. Once the 100 Schools League ends, the counteroffensive begins. Every student will march to the battlefield. For the tens of thousands of comrades who died, whoever offends Dragon Nation, no matter how far, will be destroyed. At dawn the next morning, Su Bai and Su Bai were busy devouring breakfast while Su Bai meditated, testing the Saint Beast armament technique. 10 minutes later, he roared, Saint Beast armament. Activate. In the next instant, he swapped places with Su Bai. Su Bai dropped to one knee on the ground, startling Su Bai, while Su Bai stood dumbfounded on the sofa. Ding! Congratulations, host, for awakening the Beast Master exclusive talent, Spatial Swap. Within 1 kilometer, Master and Beast can switch positions at will. This spatial swap was a legendary god-tier skill, the ultimate trick for turning the tables. Su Bai grinned inwardly. Maybe today, he'd be the flashiest one on stage. After packing up, he set out with Su Bai and Su Bai to face the 3 elite universities. Su Bai, let's go. At Shanghai Stadium, the host's voice rang out with passion. The 100 Schools League has entered the semifinals. First, let me introduce the Great Wall Guard Academy. Once a military base founded in 1907, it was humanity's first bastion on the battlefield against the 10,000 races. For 94 years, they've endured over 100 assaults, their students and mentors fighting to the death, slaying countless beasts and foes. Yet the Academy still stands. Their motto: as long as the 10,000 races live, the Great Wall will never fall. Today, humanity's only King Realm powerhouse, Lord Nieqing, serves as their honorary principal. That's why the enemy dares not set foot on their grounds. The crowd's respect was palpable. Every student of the Great Wall Guard Academy was a hero. If Imperial and Shanghai are already so terrifying, what kind of monsters does the Great Wall Academy hold? The host added, they've only brought 5 players because they don't even need substitutes. Gazing up at Wang Jijin and Nieqing on stage, envy burned in Su Bai's chest. When would he, too, become a true bulwark of humanity? The host revealed the semi-final brackets: Great Wall Guard Academy versus Imperial Capital University in the first match, Modi University versus Jiangzhou University in the second. In Shanghai's lounge, Chao Zixuan let out a lazy sigh. What a waste. Facing rookies like Jiangzhou? Not even worth lifting a finger. His teammates sneered along. Even if we win, there's no glory in it. Jiangzhou's just a stir stick in the pot, daring to squeeze into the top 4. The redhead grinned. Send me alone. I'll crush all 5. On stage, Great Wall's first fighter stepped forward, Captain Han Zhan. Grandson of the Lord-level General Han, he wore purple gold armor forged from a diamond core beast, gleaming like a hero out of legend. Han Zhan pointed straight at Imperial Capital's Wang Yang. No more stalling. Face me head on if you dare. The audience erupted. A clash of kings from the very start. This is insane. With a sharp swoosh, Wang Yang vaulted onto the stage. As Imperial Capital's captain, retreat was never an option. He smirked politely. Fight? Fine. Who's afraid of who? The crowd went wild. Girls screamed, while even older women shouted shamelessly. Wang Yang, have my babies. Su Bai just curled his lip. Still not as handsome as me. He suddenly had an idea, planning to send Luo Yongxiang up first to rattle them. But Luo panicked. Brother Su, you think way too highly of me. On the ring, Han Zhan's confidence radiated. Wang Yang, I'll let you strike first. Begin. Wang Yang launched his opening move, Windstorm Devastation, a violet light piercing the heavens. 4 gold-ranked judges gasped. That diamond-class armor. Han Zhan's pushed it this far, with his aura blazing at its peak, clad in diamond core armor. Han Zhan stood like a mountain. Wang Yang scoffed. So what if your blood surges? So what if your armor shines? The principal analyzed quickly. Wang Yang was a pure speed assault type, his form lost amid the roaring winds. Su Bai thought grimly. No wonder he's mid-silver. I'm still only mid-bronze. Everyone expected a drawn-out duel, but Han Zhan's sharp eyes caught a fatal opening. He unleashed his Earth Rank art, Heaven-Slaying Slash. The deafening roar shook the entire arena. Wang Yang felt a crushing pressure descend upon him. His figure flickered back in his sight, plain for all to see. The judges shouted in shock. That's General Han's Sky Splitter Slash. 3 years ago, he used it to cleave a diamond-class foe in half. Brilliant. Han Zhan truly is the army's #1. He's turned a killing strike into a control technique. Wang Yang, tactics failing, countered with his own Earth rank art, sky-piercing spear. Blades of energy rained down like a storm, crashing toward Han Zhan. But Han Zhan's face never wavered. A head-on clash? Wang Yang, you've already lost. The next instant, their weapons collided in a thunderous explosion. Wang Yang's body, battered and broken, was blown back across the ring, defeated. Many in the crowd couldn't believe their eyes. That strike was way too brutal, and that was with the flat of the blade. If it had been the edge, Wang Yang would already be a corpse. This is supposed to be a tournament. Do they really need to fight like it's kill or be killed? Clearly, the audience struggled to accept the blood-soaked reality. As Wang Yang staggered to his feet and surrendered, Han Zhan claimed the first victory. For the Great Wall Guard Academy, combat was never a sport. It was always life and death. Next came Jiangzhou University's match against Moda University. Luo Yongqiang stepped forward as their opening fighter. The principal warned him softly, "If you can't hold on, concede. Don't force it." But Luo, proud as any prodigy, burned with defiance. His opponent, twin blade wielder Zheng Leixiao, saw the fire in Luo's eyes and chuckled. "Little brother, how would you like me to toy with you?" Luo Yongqiang didn't waste words. With a roar, he unleashed his overlord blade art, charging straight in. Zheng simply leaned back, evading with ease, and sneered, "Is that it?" In a blur, his twin blades lashed out, carving shallow wounds across Luo's body. "Let me write a few words on you." Luo staggered, his whole body burning with pain. But unflinching, he bellowed again and rushed forward. From the sidelines, Wang Qingqing cried out, tears in her eyes. "This isn't a fight, it's humiliation." She begged the principal to pull Luo out, but Su Bai held her back. He could see it. Yongqiang was defending not just himself, but the honor of Jiangzhou University. Zheng pressed his blades to Luo's throat, voice like ice. "Give up, or your end will be worse." But Luo clenched his teeth and refused to yield. In the next heartbeat, steel pierced his body. Zheng slashed again and again, leaving humiliating wounds as the crowd gasped in horror. Finally, Luo Yongqiang's head slammed against the ring floor. He collapsed unconscious. Across his bloodied shirt, two characters had been carved deep and cruel, trash. The entire Jiangzhou University team rose to their feet, eyes blazing with fury at Zheng Leixiao. One voice roared from the stands. "Have you no humanity? Torturing an opponent like that is beyond cruel." Su Bai's anger flared as he ordered his teammates to carry the unconscious Luo Yongqiang off the stage. Next, Bai Ningbing stepped up. He would never allow such arrogance to continue. Zheng Leixiao smirked dismissively. "Another one? Umph. Not even worth the effort anymore." Bai Ningbing roared, "I'll take your life." He ignited his berserk state, unleashing the Bai clan's twin arts, Phantom Step and Spirit Blade. A razor-sharp strike descended toward Zheng. He slipped aside with a sidestep and countered with a vicious slash. Bai Ningbing fought like a man possessed, every strike reckless, every blow carrying the weight of death. The ring itself became a living hell. The audience recoiled. Even from 100 meters away, it felt as if the air reeked of blood. As the duel raged, the danger only escalated. But Zheng was stronger, and soon he found his chance. His twin blades locked against Bai Ningbing's chest. "It's over. You're nothing but trash, a mere bronze rookie." Bai Ningbing ignored the blood pouring from his wounds, teeth clenched. Jiangzhou never surrenders. With a roar, he drove his blade straight into his own gut, piercing through his body and into Zheng's. Zheng's face went pale, fear and disbelief twisting his features. "You're insane." Bai Ningbing bled from the mouth, but smiled grimly. "This is how I fight. Not like you, who only prey on the weak." Summoning the last of his strength, he pulled the blade outward, inch by inch. Realizing he was about to be cleaved in half, Zheng panicked, screaming for his principal to save him. In an instant, a pair of iron-like hands seized Bai Ningbing's sword, halting it cold. The principal of Modi University had intervened. This match, he declared coldly, Modu forfeits. The host froze, incredulous. Forfeit? Like this? With a flick, the Shanghai principal knocked the blade free and dragged Zheng back. Jiangzhou's old principal stormed the ring, catching by Ningbing's collapsing body. He bellowed in fury. So this is your student body? They humiliate opponents, then cry for rescue when death stares them in the face. The Shanghai principal sneered. Old Jiang, don't think that making top 4 give you the right to bark at us. Enough talk. Let the students settle it in the ring. With that, he left with his bloodied fighter. The old principal trembled with rage. Su Bai, get up there. Don't hold back. Hit them as hard as you can. Su Bai clenched his fists, striding toward the ring with cold determination. This time, Modi University would pay in blood. Below, the principal held by Ningbing close, whispering comfort to the boy who had fought for honor. On the other side, Chao Zixuan was eager to step in and crush Jiang Zhou, but his principal waved him down. Save it for the finals. Su Bai stood tall in the center of the stage, his voice booming like thunder across the arena. If I defeat Modi University, they will apologize publicly. Do you dare accept my challenge? From the stands, Su Bai's fans erupted in chants. Crush Modi University. We believe in you. Some spectators whispered excitedly. If Shanghai Uni really had to apologize publicly, that would be explosive news. But Modi University had no such intention. Their fighter, Huang Sheng, stepped forward with a sneer. I'll show Jiangzhou just how massive the gap between us truly is. Apologies? That's the whining of the weak. The strong never bow to the weak. Su Bai only smirked, his arrogance eclipsing Huang's. He raised his voice to the host. Send out another one. I'll fight 2 of them at once. I don't have time to waste. The crowd went into an uproar. Is Su Bai insane? The Shanghai captain, Chao Zixuan, hasn't even entered yet. This is madness. Su Bai turned toward Shanghai's bench and flashed a blatant, mocking gesture of provocation. The Shanghai principal's face darkened. A backwater university dares provoke us? Chao Zixuan, go. Show them the pride of Shanghai cannot be trampled. In a blur, Chao Zixuan landed on the stage, his voice icy. Boy, I'll show you the meaning of humiliation. In his hands gleamed 2 blades, one exuding a killing chill like frozen steel, the other blazing with violent fire. With their release, his aura erupted like a storm. From the judges' table, a senior gasped. Millennial frost iron and molten blaze iron. Those blades were forged from the rarest of ores, and the twin cores embedded in the hilts. They're platinum-grade beast crystals. No wonder. The Chao family and Modi University truly spared no expense. Each sword is priceless. The legendary Ice-Fire War God, once a graduate of Modi University, left his deadliest technique behind. Could be that Chao Zixuan has mastered it. Chao Zixuan leveled both swords at Su Bai. Don't say Shanghai bullies the weak. Call out your beasts, or you won't even survive a single strike. Su Bai only folded his arms, a lazy grin tugging at his lips. Thanks for the suggestion, but beating you? I won't even need my beasts. Huang Sheng burst into laughter at Su Bai's arrogance. A beast master fighting barehanded, without his pets? What a joke. But the principal in the distance saw the truth. Su Bai had already awakened his origin resonance. Chao Zixuan snarled. Arrogance equals death. With a roar, his twin swords of fire and ice blurred forward like a storm. Huang Sheng charged alongside him. Su Bai only smirked, lips curling with disdain. Impatient little monkeys, aren't you? His aura flared violently as 3 origin talents ignited at once. Spirit of sharp metal boosting his strength, Ghost Step of Gold doubling his speed, and Earthen Shell hardening his defenses to an unbreakable wall. The shockwave of power rippled across the arena. Su Bai's voice was cold steel. Modi University, time to settle accounts. In the very next heartbeat, Huang Sheng's eyes widened, too slow to react. Su Bai's fist, like a sledgehammer, crashed into his chest. With a thunderous crack, Huang was sent flying across the stage. Chao Zixuan froze, eyes narrowing sharply. From the stands, Hu Qingshu gasped. Unbelievable! Su Bai's speed has reached gold tier levels. Not as terrifying as the ancient Master Luo Fan, but close enough to shake the arena. Su Bai turned his gaze on Chao Zixuan, eyes gleaming with mockery. Tell me, have you ever felt truly powerless? Chao's jaw tightened. You've earned the right for me to take you seriously, but nothing more. With that, his flaming sword ignited in a blaze. Profound skill, wildfire annihilation. Flames roared across the ring. The Su Bai chuckled coldly. Is that all? In an instant, his form blurred, ghost step of gold, and he appeared behind Chao in a blink. Huang Sheng scrambled back into the fight, rushing to flank Su Bai from the other side. Panic flashed in Chao's eyes. Watch out! But too late. Su Bai's elbow slammed into Huang's chest, followed by a storm of fists. For crushing blows in rapid succession, the last smashing across Huang's face, sending blood spraying as his body crumpled helplessly to the ground. With a final brutal kick, Huang Sheng's body crashed to the ground, his face swollen like a pig's head. Su Bai lifted his foot, voice icy. Those 7 blows were payback for the 7 cuts on Luo Yongqiang's body. Chao Zixuan's eyes blazed with fury. Coward! Fight me if you dare. Su Bai only smirked, calm and cruel. Don't panic. I haven't had my fun yet. And now, it's your turn. Chao roared, unleashing a storm of fire and ice sword energy that split the air. But Su Bai's figure blurred like a phantom, impossible to pin down. In the blink of an eye, he appeared behind Chao's back. This is all the pride of Modi University has to offer. His fist hammered forward, sending Chao hurtling skyward. Even as his foe tumbled, Su Bai sneered, Come on, prodigy! Fight back, or this is getting boring. Then, with a leap, Su Bai rose high above, clasped his fists together, and brought them crashing down like a mountain. Chao barely had time to cross his twin swords in defense. Boom! The arena floor shook violently. Su Bai stomped him into the ground, voice dripping venom. Humiliation? Sorry, beating down prodigies is my favorite hobby. Chao erupted, his body flashing red as he slipped free. He ignited his trump card. Crimson Flame Berserk. Blood energy poured into his twin blades, turning them into blazing death. From the stands, the principal's voice rang tense. Not good. He's unleashed his kill move. Chao's roar split the air. Die Su Bai. He slashed with both swords, fire and ice converging. Su Bai merely triggered his earth bastion, the wall of stone energy smothering the attack like it was nothing. Chao froze in disbelief. What are you? Were you a turtle in your past life? Su Bai's eyes glinted coldly. Enough talk. My turn. His fist detonated upward, blasting Chao into the sky. The twin swords slipped from Chao's hands, embedding into the stage as his body slammed back down in a heap. The judges inhaled sharply. Such power. So this is the terror of origin resonance. One muttered under his breath. Watching him, it's like seeing Luo Fan reborn. Su Bai's gaze lingered on the fallen twin blades. These will fetch a fine price. Chao screamed hoarsely. Put them down. Put my swords down. But still, Modi University refused to apologize. Su Bai's voice was final, cold as steel. Then these blades are my compensation. Chao's face twisted with rage. Knowing he was outmatched, he still charged recklessly, claws outstretched in desperation. Su Bai dodged with disdain. You don't have the strength to take it back from me. Overestimating yourself, fool. With that, he raised his leg and kicked Chao Zixuan square in the face. Chao's nose shattered, his body sent flying. In front of Su Bai, he was nothing more than a training dummy, ruthlessly humiliated. This is the punishment for Modu University. The audience erupted. Su Bai's insane. At this rate, only Han Zhan might be able to match him. Let's see if Modi University dares act arrogant again. This is the price of provoking Jiangzhou University. Finally, Chao collapsed on the ground, barely breathing. The host declared Su Bai the victor. Su Bai's eyes shifted to Han Zhan outside the arena. From the start, that man had been staring at him. Han Zhan's fighting spirit burned. He was eager for a showdown. As Su Bai bundled up the priceless Ice-Fire twin swords, Modi University's principal blocked his path, demanding their return. Su Bai's tone was calm but sharp. These are my spoils of war. If you want them back, fine. Apologize publicly to Jiangzhou University and pay for medical expenses and damages. The crowd roared in agreement, chanting for Modi University to apologize. Yet the principal refused. Su Bai's voice boomed. Isn't this what your Modi University preaches? The strong rule over the weak? I'm only treating you the way you treat others. Jiangzhou's principal and teammates jeered from below. Let's see where Modi University hides its face now. Suddenly, the Modi principal unleashed diamond-level blood energy, intent on striking Su Bai down. The old principal shouted urgently for Su Bai to retreat. The Great Wall Academy's principal frowned. How could a headmaster stoop to attacking a student? Under the crushing aura, Su Bai's breathing turned heavy. In the next instant, the Great Wall principal flared with diamond-level energy, clashing with Modi's aura. The Jiangzhou principal, though weaker, still stood firmly in front of Su Bai. The Great Wall principal roared, a diamond-level headmaster fighting a student. Don't you feel shame? The Modu principal sneered. This is Modu. Great Wall, keep your nose out of our business. Jiangzhou's old principal shouted back, harm a Jiangzhou student, and I'll fight you with my life. Suddenly, a mightier aura descended from the sky, crushing all three principals at once. They looked up in shock. It was Elder Zhao. Though white-haired, he looked no older than 18. He was Zhao Yi, the 6th-ranked Lord-class powerhouse. Zhao's voice thundered. I leave Modi University for a few years, and you turn it into this cesspool? Attacking a junior. What face do you have left as headmaster? The Modu principal dropped to his knees, trembling. Zhao turned to Su Bai. I watched the match. Su Bai, you did well. On behalf of Modi University, I apologize to Jiangzhou. Our creed at Modu is that only the strong can keep the nation safe. But true strength should be like Master Luofan's. Immense power used to shield a nation. In recent years, Modu has forgotten that responsibility. That is a grave mistake. This match, our defeat to Jiangzhou, is beyond dispute. The sword are yours, Su Bai. Even as the Modu principal fawned desperately, Zhao demoted him to mere instructor. With the stage under repair, the finals were delayed for 1 hour. Offstage, Su Bai finally let out a breath. He'd nearly been overwhelmed just now. The old principal's eyes gleamed with pride. Today, Jiangzhou rises again. But next, you face Great Wall Academy. Han Zhan's strength runs deep. Su Bai took the chance to ask for a reward. This time, the old man wasn't stingy. He handed Su Bai 2 high-tier silver beast cores. Soon, the finals began. Tens of thousands of voices erupted in the fiercest cheers yet. Han Zhan entered the stage, proposing a one-match decider. Su Bai agreed without hesitation. Checking Han Zhan's system stats, Su Bai realized his opponent's power was truly formidable. Han Zhan charged forward, spear in hand, momentum surging. Su Bai's aura exploded, fueled by 5 augmentation talents at once. Then witness my true strength. The two figures blurred, clashing in a storm of howls and sparks. Su Bai quickly realized Han Zhan was still holding back. The judges exchanged solemn looks. His speed has risen even further. No weaknesses at all. Unless you overwhelm him by realms, you can't suppress him. Their verdict was unanimous. Su Bai couldn't possibly match Han Zhan. Su Bai's fist shot forward at blistering speed, aimed straight at Han Zhan's head. But to someone like Han, such a cheap trick was child's play. Han Zhan's blade howled through the air, carrying a tearing sound as it slashed down at him. Su Bai smirked inwardly. As expected, a man forged on the 10,000 races battlefield. No weaknesses at all. But my next move, you won't dodge it. Prepare for something truly vicious. His punch lashed out at Han Zhan's crotch. Crude? Maybe. Effective? Definitely. The stands erupted with laughter. I've seen everything now. This guy's insane. Girls blushed furiously, unable to look away. Han Zhan twisted his body, clamping his legs in a bizarre motion to evade the strike, his voice furious. You dare use such a shameless move? Battlefield or arena, the rule's the same. Strike where hurts. Su Bai snarled, following with another brutal punch. Han Zhan was sent flying a dozen meters, slamming hard into the ground. But all this time, he had only been probing. Now he would fight seriously. Raising his 1,000-pound blade, Han Zhan channeled an ocean of blood energy into it. Earth-rank technique, endless blade howl. Thousands of razor-edged arcs of blade energy ripped through the storm towards Su Bai. Su Bai's eyes turned cruel. He crossed the twin ice-fire swords like a shield, stacking both Earth Bastion and Earth and Spirit Possession to the extreme. The judges gasped. That's General Han's legendary technique. 3 years ago, one swing of that blade turned thousands of beasts to dust beneath its storm. After blocking strike after strike, Su Bai was blasted backward, crashing across the arena. Han Zhan stood tall, blade in hand, demanding Su Bai unleash everything he had. Jiangzhou's principal and Hu Qingshu looked grim. No one can withstand power like that. But this was just the beginning. Su Bai might lose in close combat, but he was a beastmaster. With a roar, he summoned Su Bai and Su Ba. Crush him for me. Two colossal beasts slammed onto the arena floor, shaking the ground. For the first time, Han Zhan's face hardened at Su Bai's true strength. Han, your end is here. Su Bai charged alongside his beasts. Spotting a gap in Han Zhan's lower defense, they struck. Su Bai's razor claws howled down like a storm, forcing Han to block. But Su Ba's massive tail followed instantly, blasting Han into the air. His diamond tier armor shattered halfway. Su Bai's voice rang cold. Don't force it. Admit defeat early, it's no shame. But Han Zhan roared back, enraged. I hadn't wanted to use this technique. Its power is beyond my control. But now I have no choice. Violet light erupted around him, his aura surging skyward. Su Bai's heart skipped a beat. Is this still human strength? Golden rank could be this terrifying? At that moment, the system's alarm blared in his mind. Warning! Warning! Extreme danger detected. This battle is unwinnable. Remember, in the hierarchy of power, all below gold are but insects. The crowd buzzed. Han Zhan's power had soared to the golden peak. Against him, Su Bai was only bronze. How could a bronze possibly withstand this? Whispered voices spread through the stands. Han Zhan bellowed. You cannot withstand my final strike. A blade light ripped forth, as if cleaving through space itself. Su Bai's eyes sharpened. Time to reveal his trump card. Innate origin flow. Shift of position. In an instant, he swapped places with Su Bai. The beast took the full brunt of the blow. The arena shook violently as the explosion thundered out. Han Zhan finally collapsed from exhaustion, and Su Bai wasted no time, commanding Su Bai to pin him down. The audience of elites was stunned. That's a technique only platinum ranks can even graze. Is he really just bronze? Spatial exchange is a heaven-tier technique, yet Su Bai altered it. His talent could rival the legendary Luo Fan himself. The four fighters from Modi University couldn't even raise their heads. Is this match going to tear our whole university apart? As the smoke cleared, Han Zhan lay beneath Su Bai's crushing claws. Defeated, he admitted, you win. Su Bai, for a heartbeat, the entire arena fell silent. Then the host's voice boomed. The champion of this year's 100 Schools tournament, Su Bai of Jiangzhou University. The Jiangzhou principal fell to his knees in joy, while teammates roared in unison. Su Bai, champion. Su Bai, hero. The stadium of 300,000 erupted, their unified chant shaking the very foundations. Lin Yanran clasped her hands, tears glimmering in her eyes. Su Bai, you're the best. At home, his parents embraced and wept with joy, while his little sister danced wildly. My brother won. My brother is the champion. A flood of reporters swarmed the stage like a tidal wave. Mr. Su Bai, as the champion of this year's 100 Schools tournament, how do you feel right now? Do you have any word for your opponent, Han Zhan? The principal quickly stepped in to shield him. Su Bai needs rest. Questions can wait. Supporting Su Bai down from the stage, the principal chuckled. After this battle, you're about to strike it rich. The military's resource rewards are all yours. Su Bai's eyes lit up. How much are we talking? The principal replied, no less than 600 million. Su Bai felt a surge of strength coursing through him, grinning wildly. I could fight 10 more Han Zhans right now. That night, the Dragon Nation's military channel broadcast the news. The 100 Schools tournament has concluded. Among the shining talents, none stood brighter than this year's champion, Su Bai of Jiangzhou University. The military issued a decree. To honor Su Bai's fearless performance and victory, he is hereby awarded a first-class merit, the Great Wall Medal of Glory, and 60,000 military credits. Let every student learn from him, no matter how strong the foe, fight until the end. The new national rankings were unveiled. Jiangzhou University had seized the #1 spot, with 5 billion allocated annually by the military. Across the nation, Beastmasters and gifted students rushed to file transfer requests. Jiangzhou University was now destined to become the nation's premier cradle for Beastmasters. Among the people, a children's rhyme spread across the internet. Heaven's chosen child, wise and brave, heir to Luofan, the world's gaze. After an unknown stretch of sleep, Su Bai finally awoke. Manny appeared with breakfast, smiling softly. The principal said that once you're up, we'll head back to Jiangzhou University together. But Su Bai smirked mischievously. Not so fast. Before heading back, I want Xiaoba and Xiaobai to feast at Modi University first. Manny burst into laughter. Modi University really got wrecked this time. As Su Bai returned to Jiangzhou University, the entire faculty and student body, along with the school leadership, gathered at the gates to welcome him like a conquering hero. From that moment on, Jiangzhou University had ascended into the ranks of the top academies. When one rises to the heavens, all ascend with him, and Jiangzhou was the very embodiment of that saying. The announcer's voice rang out. Now, let's invite the most outstanding performer of this year's tournament, Su Bai, to deliver his champion speech. Su Bai stepped forward, his voice firm and resolute. No legend is beyond breaking. No matter how strong the enemy, as long as we never yield, we will triumph. With the government's increased funding secured, the principal turned to him. Do you have any suggestions for the school's future development? Su Bai answered seriously. Our weakest point right now is cultivation resources. We should hire alchemists to craft potions for us. If we all work together, we'll make Jiangzhou University thrive. Half an hour later, inside the principal's office, the old man personally handed him a box. When you earned your first Great Wall Medal of Honor, I knew you were destined for greatness. Su Bai smirked. Speaking of destiny, how about paying me the 500 million you still owe? I just made the school 5 billion. The principal's face darkened. Stop being greedy. You'll get 100 million, plus 10,000 military credits. Redeem them at the logistics office. Su Bai exploded. Only 100 million? Are you kidding me? This is betrayal. Using me and then tossing me aside. Before he could finish, the old principal grabbed him by the collar like a stray chick and tossed him out, slamming and locking the door behind him. Su Bai clenched his fists, fuming. Fine, old man, you win this round. Revenge can wait 10 years. For now, 100 million is enough to power up Xiao Bai. Back at the dorm, he immediately fed 70 silver-ranked beast cores to his 2 gluttonous companions. Outside the dorm, dozens of girls were being held back by the dorm supervisor. They were all vying to become Su Bai's girlfriend. Meanwhile, Su Bai lounged casually on his bed, grinning. Xiao Bai, you both did amazing this time. Keep it up in the future. Suddenly, a radiant golden light burst forth inside the room. Could it be an upgrade? Xiao Ba successfully advanced from bronze to silver. With his Xuanwu bloodline activated to 40%, His base stats were already pressing close to gold level. Su Bai leapt off the bed in excitement, grinning. Worth every coin. Keep eating, Su Bai. Immediately after, Su Bai also advanced, reaching high-tier bronze, his white tiger bloodline awakening to 30%, and his strength skyrocketed. Han Zhan had trained bitterly for 20 years to barely reach early silver. But with these two beasts, Su Bai's rank had surged straight into silver. This was the pure joy of a true cheat. Suddenly, Han Jiagong burst into the dorm, eyes shining with worship. Brother Su, you my god. He clung to Su Bai's leg in excitement, announcing that he had awakened as well, a glorious Beastmaster ability, just like Su Bai. Then, right in front of him, Han Jiagong pulled out a turtle. Su Bai froze. Wait, you're raising a turtle too? Han Jiagong beamed. When my grandfather heard I awakened, he wanted to spend a fortune catching a bronze-level beast for me. I was panicking. What future is there in raising just a bronze beast? If you raise beasts, you raise turtles. A Beastmaster who doesn't raise a turtle isn't a real Beastmaster. Right, Brother Su? Su Bai nearly collapsed. Somehow, raising turtles had turned into a badge of honor. Yet within Su Bai flowed the bloodline of the mighty Xuanwu itself. Then the system's voice rang in his mind. Congratulations, host. You have awakened the new talent / Dominion. By using sacred beast essence, you may awaken latent beastmasters who worship you to the extreme and grant their chosen pets the bloodline of a sacred beast, making them descendants of divinity. / name, Han Jiagong. Awakened as a beastmaster through Xuanwu essence. His beast can inherit up to 10% Xuanwu bloodline. Host holds dominion over his life and strength. Su Bai gasped. Su Bai and Su Bai were about to have disciples of their own? Did this mean he was about to become a Grandmaster Patriarch? Brimming with excitement, he clapped Han Jiagong's shoulder. That's right. A Beastmaster who doesn't raise turtles isn't a real Beastmaster. Meanwhile, at Jiangzhou University's reception hall, a flood of transfer students lined up for strength evaluation. The mentor gave a weary smile. Since you've chosen Jiangzhou, our doors are wide open. Now release your beasts. A man in a white tank top pulled out a massive turtle from his backpack. Come out, my battle pet. Earth Mystic Turtle. To everyone's shock, over a dozen Beastmasters all pulled out turtles. Brazilian turtles, snapping turtles, even ancient soft shells. The admission hall instantly looked like a turtle summit. The instructor frowned at a vest-wearing boy. Po Guang, are you really a Beastmaster? You don't have a trace of spirit force. Clearly you're a blood-chi martial artist. That turtle of yours looks like it came straight from the wet market. He turned to another student. And you're obviously a lightning-type Esper. What's with raising a turtle just to pretend you're a Beastmaster? The so-called imposters straightened their backs, shouting in unison. We don't care. We're Beastmasters. We want to be in Su Bai's class. So what if I'm lightning type? Who said lightning espers can't raise beasts? Mine is a thunder turtle. The instructor's face darkened. Ridiculous nonsense. Just then, Su Bai happened to pass by. He nearly choked. So many turtles in one place, his academy really was turning into a reptile farm. Suddenly, a girl in the crowd spotted him and screamed, "It's Su Bai, the real one." The transfer students went wild, swarming toward him like starstruck fans. Su Bai, we're your followers. Please help us stay. Overwhelmed, Su Bai bolted, sprinting straight toward the principal's office. Meanwhile, at the military front lines, a war council convened. Scouts report that the myriad clans have dispatched 13 tribes. Nethercats, six-eared demon wolves, and more, gathering near our outpost. Their intentions remain unclear. Nie Qing spoke gravely. The myriad clans have grown increasingly aggressive in recent years. Regardless of their motives, we must strike first. I've already ordered 3 warriors, chosen from this year's 100 School Tournament, to carry out a reconnaissance mission at Bishui Lake. At the name Bishui Lake, every commander's face changed. That's a forbidden land. Even clan champions dare not step too close. Sending ungraduated students is madness. But Nye Qing shook his head. Human warriors must face the front eventually. I believe they can accomplish it. As long as I hold the line, even the king realm of the myriad clans won't move recklessly. This mission is critical. Carry it out. Back on campus, Su Bai burst into the principal's office, panting. Principal, we're about to turn into a turtle breeding institute. The principal, however, gestured to several guests. You came just in time. This is Chao Man, patriarch of the Chao family. He's here to discuss reclaiming the divine swords. The others are his retainers. Su Bai grinned. Elder Zhao himself said these swords were mine. Whether I sell them or not, that's up to me. A Chao retainer slammed the table, eyes blazing. Absurd. Those divine weapons belong to our Chao family. If not for Elder Zhao, we wouldn't even be entertaining this nonsense. The principal's expression hardened. You dare slam the table at Jiangzhou University? A louder slam resounded in reply. This is Jiangzhou, not your Modu. Whether the swords are sold or not, that's Su Bai's decision. Chao Man's eyes narrowed slightly. Then name your terms. With the old principal backing him, Su Bai leaned back lazily. Funny thing is, I've actually been finding these blades quite handy lately. A scholarly-looking woman among the retainers smiled gently. Young friend, soon we'll all be fighting on the myriad clan's battlefield. Strength is the only currency that matters. Instead of holding on to 2 lumps of iron, wouldn't it be better to trade them for resources you truly need? Seeing Chao's side finally speak in trade terms, Su Bai smirked. 2 swords, 10 billion. Outrage erupted. That's insane. We could forge 2 new divine blades for less than that. Su Bai's sneer cut through their protests. In my hands, they're just tools. In Chao Zishuan's hands, they're life itself. Is his life worth less than 10 billion? And how long would it take you to forge replacements? His words hit home. The retainer seethed. Shameless profiteer. Chao Man, cornered, finally conceded. 10 billion then? Deal. You'll deliver the swords once the funds transfer. Su Bai rubbed his hands together gleefully. That's why you're the patriarch. Straightforward and generous. Money for swords, fair trade. Once the Chao family left, Su Bai turned to the principal. So, there really is something brewing on the front lines, isn't there? Just as Su Bai suspected, the principal's expression turned grave. The military's order has arrived. All conscripted students and mentors must reach the front lines within 3 days. This time, I'll be going as well. Special missions were also assigned to Su Bai and Hu Qingxu. This campaign would mark humanity's first counteroffensive against the myriad clans in 100 years. On the battlefield, all were soldiers. Courage in the face of death was the only creed. At Imperial Capital University, their diamond-ranked principal held aloft a Great Wall conscription decree and thundered. Our academy is the gathering place of Dragon Nation's proudest geniuses. If the human race must fight, Imperial leads the charge. The students placed their right hands over their hearts and roared in unison. For the Yanhuang race. For humanity's eternal glory. Over at Modi University, the new principal's battle spirit blazed just as fiercely. Each time war calls, Modi University shall march first into the fray. To give one's life for the nation. Who needs to return alive past the Jade Gate? The students howled in response. May our names be etched on the monument of heroes. May our race never know defeat. 3 days later, the academies arrived at the Great Wall Fortress. Commanders bellowed orders across the stronghold. Tomorrow the war begins. Triple check the magic crystal cannons. Ensure the cores are charged. Not a single mistake is allowed. Scout the enemy's movements at all times. No enemy scout may approach within 50 miles of the wall. Kill on sight. Su Bai hurried to his principal's side. Look, other academies all have armored protection, but Jiangzhou's still in school uniforms. On the battlefield, that's suicide. The principal shook his head. In peacetime, we could trade money for resources. But now it's wartime. Everything must be earned with military merit. If you want armor, you'll need to kill for it. Sadly, Jiangzhou's tally is too thin. Suddenly, alarms wailed across the wall. Enemy forces incoming. All units to positions. Great Wall Guard Army, prepare to sortie. A commander shouted to the assembled academies. Students, your orders are to support the defense atop the wall. No one leaves without military command. The principals echoed the order, roaring, "The enemy is here. Everyone to the battlements. Hold the wall. This is our duty." As they climbed the fortress wall, the students froze at the sight. The beast tide stretched endlessly, tens of thousands of savage monsters surging like a living meat grinder, endless and unstoppable. The principal steadied them. The army carries the main fight. You need only support and adapt yourselves to real war. Su Bai instinctively prepared to unleash his beasts. But the principal snapped. On the battlefield, recklessness means death. Still, Su Bai's eyes burned as he gazed at the endless horde. When the beasts closed within 30 kilometers, over 1,000 crystal cannons roared to life. Their shells tore through the suffocating miasma above the horde and detonated within the tide, each blast vaporizing everything in a radius of dozens of meters. On the wall, commanders shouted furiously, "Recharge the cores! Ready the next volley!" With the beast tide pressing ever closer, the academy's students gritted their teeth and readied themselves for the clash. At that moment, 10 platinum-ranked guardians of the wall descended from the skies, plunging straight into the beast tide. Each strike shattered monsters like waves dashed against stone, exploding them into gore and smoke. Then came 1,000 gold-ranked elites, leading hundreds of thousands of soldiers in a thunderous charge. Humanity and the myriad clans clashed in a frenzy of steel and blood. The Great Wall Guard fought like madmen, blades flashing, slaughtering the creatures at their sides. Rage toward their mortal enemies drove them beyond fear, beyond death. The students of Jiangzhou University burned to join the fray, but their principal barked them down. "Fools! The battlefield is not a place for childish pride. Your order is to hold the wall. That is also protection for you. To rush out now is nothing but a waste of lives. When you become true warriors, you'll have all the chances you need to kill." Suddenly, a thunderous blast, like a crystal cannon, erupted, obliterating a dozen bronze-ranked beasts. The Platinum Guardians froze. What? Weren't the cannons ordered to cease fire? The commander blinked in confusion. "Signal Corps, didn't we order a halt? Who's still firing?" The soldier pointed. "Over there." Su Bai was grinning ear to ear, directing Xiao Ba. "Keep firing. Blast them with your elemental shells." The old principal gawked. "This brat." Hu Qingshu muttered in disbelief. "Who knew a beastmaster could fight like this?" Su Bai shouted to Xiao Ba. "Target the bronzes. Earn me more merit points. Watch your aim. Don't hit our men." He turned to Xiao Bai. "You two don't slack off. Otherwise, all the beast corps go to Xiao Ba." Veterans and commanders alike stared in shock. An ungraduated student with monsters like this? Under Xiao Ba's bombardments and Xiao Bai's assaults, the human lines lightened, the beast tide collapsing in heaps of corpses. The commander roared, "Platinum ranks, hunt down the fleeing. Gold ranks, finish the wounded." The principal shook his head in awe. "This boy, he always finds a way." Su Bai smirked. "So this counts as military merit, right?" The principal sighed. "Plenty of it. In fact, too much. Others barely had the chance to swing a blade." In the war office, a platinum adjutant reported to General Hu Huanshan, "We lost 568 soldiers. 200 crystal cannons are cooling. But we annihilated 125,000 enemy beasts in half an hour. A decisive victory." The general's face remained cold. "Pass it down. The main force rests. Tomorrow, we fight again." The adjutant hesitated, then added, "A student from Jiangzhou, Su Bai. He used his beasts like cannons and slew countless enemies. The commander requests merit reward." A spark lit in Hu Huanshan's eyes. "Interesting. Reward him, count his kills." 3 minutes later, chaos erupted in the camp square. "Unfair. We never got a fight. How do we earn merit?" On the merit board, only Su Bai's name glowed at the top. first place by a landslide. 40,000 merit points. That's 4 billion in value. Even gold ranks barely reach that. Chao Zixuan's fists shook with fury. Why is it always you? I swear, I'll surpass you. Su Bai clapped him on the shoulder. Credit your father's deep pockets. Without him, I wouldn't have so much merit to my name. He'd hoped to turn rivals into allies. Maybe even charge him for weapon upkeep. But Chao stormed off without a word. Dawn of the next day, the fortress filled with the gathered reserve armies. From the skies, Modi University's honorary principal, Zhao Yi, spoke with thunderous passion. Yesterday's 100,000 beasts were only the appetizer. Today, we face even more. Raise your blades, defend the rivers and mountains of mankind. Soldiers roared, eyes ablaze with fervor. Led by Zhao Yi, an army of a million surged forward, banners billowing, toward the myriad clan horde. The academy students could only watch from the gates, yearning but forbidden to break orders. With a command, the Legion of Espers unleashed their bombardment. 10,000 unleashed their powers. Thunderbolts as thick as pillars crashed down, shredding the beasts in a bloody pulp. Elemental fury reigned like a storm. In less than a minute, tens of thousands of beasts were ripped apart. The battlefield became hell itself. At the forefront, an elite phalanx of drill bears charged, one of the myriad clan's deadliest ace troops. Heavy armored corps, hold the line, the commander roared. Stop their first charge at all costs. The drill bears slammed into them, blood spraying high as the clash shook the wall. Heavy armored corps, stand firm, crush these beasts. Seeing the line hold, the drill bear leader snarled, how dare humans block us? Break them. Su Bai's eyes widened in shock. The leader had taken human form. Even the principal was shaken. So, platinum rank clansmen can already shape-shift. At diamond rank, they'll be indistinguishable from us. Even if you lived with it every day, without a flaw exposed, you'd never notice anything strange. As the battlefield turned more intense, a logistics soldier finally gave orders. All reserve squads will assist the main force in rescuing the wounded and clearing the battlefield. WUDA members will be split into smaller teams for separate missions. First squad, Su Bai Hanzhan, Huqing Shu. Task, either assist with battlefield cleanup or head into the Misty Mountains to regroup with the army. Final decision rests with Captain Su Bai. Second squad, Wang Yang, Chao Zixuan, Guanjing, Zheng Wei Xiao. Captain Wang Yang. Task, into the Misty Mountains and support the army in scouting the terrain. Finally, Squad 52, Bai Ningbing, Wang Qingqing, Luo Yonghao, Lei Yunxiao, Zhang Mani. Captain Bai Ningbing. Task, assist the Great Wall Reserve Guards in battlefield cleanup. When the assignments were read out, everyone froze. Teams weren't grouped by school. Almost everyone was scattered apart. Han Zhan, clad in his dazzling purple battle armor, strode up to Su Bai. Su Bai, I'll be waiting for our rematch when this is over. Then he smirked. But fighting can wait. Since the three of us are in one squad, I already know which mission to take. After bidding farewell to the principal, they set off immediately. Not far outside the city, the sight before them was gruesome. Corpses littered the ground. Han Zhan's voice was calm. To fall on the battlefield, that is the highest honor of a warrior. Su Bai paused before Zhang Desheng's body, closing his eyes in a solemn salute. Rest well, senior. We'll walk the path you left behind. Hu Qingshu asked with concern if Su Bai was all right. Han Zhan added in his own way, this is the destiny of soldiers. Nearby, Little 8 and Little White gnawed on beast cores. Han Zhan shot them a wary glance, worried it might break military rules. Su Bai quickly explained, they're helping lighten the cleanup. Besides, my beasts need to level up. Soon, the main cleanup force arrived. Su Bai hurriedly ordered his beasts to stop. Save it until the mission's done. You'll feast later. The trio then marched straight into the Misty Mountains. Wang Yang and his squad watched them go stunned. They're not waiting for the other teams? Charging in with just 3 people. Do they have a death wish? After a moment's thought, Wang Yang decided to follow. Our task is to scout the Misty Mountains anyway. Going in early just means more military merit. By then, Su Bai's squad had already gone deep into the misty terrain. Hu Qingshu scanned the area and calmly assessed. Visibility here is low, the terrain complex. If the army marches in, they'll be easy prey. Only small squads can operate effectively here. Han Zhan's sharp eyes suddenly lit up. He had spotted something. The blood mushroom was a grade 1 spirit herb, a key ingredient for blood chi powder. Judging by its age, over 10 years, it could fetch hundreds of thousands in the market. Before the words even faded, Su Bai released Little 8 and Little White to help search. So many treasures of heaven and earth. We can't let them go to waste. Suddenly, Han Zhan sensed a surge of energy. Beasts are coming our way. A golden-ranked two-headed lizard lunged forward, followed by 3 silver-ranked wolf demons. Su Bai blocked Han Zhan. A mere golden beast, leave it to me alone. But the two ignored him, charging straight at the monsters. You may be captain, but you're not hogging all the spoils. We fight together. Su Bai shouted back, half annoyed, half amused. Hey, slow down, leave a few for me. At the same time, Wang Yang's squad picked up the battle's energy fluctuations. A golden-ranked beast. They rushed to assist, carefully advancing through the thick mist. By the time they arrived, the golden beast had already fallen, felled by Su Bai's precise strikes at its weak points. Little 8 and Little White feasted happily on beast cores. When Wang Yang's squad arrived, they froze at the carnage. These 3, are they even human? Wang Yang gave Han Zhan a thumbs up. Truly worthy of the Great Wall's strongest prodigy. Han Zhan frowned, thinking it's sarcasm, and quickly clarified. Most of these beasts were slain by Su Bai and his pets. Hu Qingshu and I barely touched them. Chao Zishuan's face stiffened instantly. Su Bai grinned. Old Chao, don't tell me you're here to ask me to maintain your divine weapon again. Wang Yang quickly cut in. Enough bickering, focus on the mission. When Su Bai revealed his next plan, Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu looked helpless. To them, it was obvious he just wanted more herbs and more beast kills for merit. Wang Yang, however, was on the same page. He even offered to join forces. Su Bai set the rule on the spot. If we find resources, whoever grabs them first keeps them. With no objections, Su Bai dashed ahead. Not long after, Wang Yang's squad saw them halt abruptly. Before them stood several golden-ranked beasts and a golden high-rank, white-armed ape. At the very front stood something even more terrifying, a humanoid beast. Han Zhan's face hardened. That's the Daizo Xian serpent clan, the strongest vassal under the 3 royal bloodlines, 9 nether sky-swallowing python. He quickly added, among the myriad races, noble bloodlines can take humanoid form at lower ranks. Their power far surpasses their peers. And this one is the worst to face. The serpent snarled coldly. Not a single human leaves alive. In an instant, countless beasts surged out from the mist, surrounding them. A white-armed ape in front, the serpent behind. Han Zhan made a quick call. Wang Yang, the fastest, would run for reinforcements. Wang Yang unleashed his earth-rank technique, wind spirit possession, and bolted away. But several apes instantly gave chase. He hadn't even cleared a kilometer before one blocked his path. His heart sank. Looks like I'll have to fight for my life. Meanwhile, the others were already clashing with the beasts. Su Bai summoned his 2 beasts and roared, "Target, the serpent!" Little 8 and Little White erupted, unleashing multiple innate powers. The serpent sneered, intrigued. "So you dare challenge me? Perfect. I could use a warm-up." Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu battled the white-armed ape, but its strength was overwhelming. Han Zhan shouted, "Su Bai, finish it fast. We need to help Wang Yang." Su Bai gave a firm nod. "Little 8, Little White, push harder. End this quick." The serpent scoffed. "Arrogant human, you dare spout such nonsense?" Yet Little 8's surge of power forced even it to flinch in surprise. A thunderous boom. Smoke and debris swallowed the serpent whole. Any normal golden beast would have been obliterated. But this was no ordinary monster. In an instant, it revealed its true form, a colossal black cobra. With jaws gaping wide, it lunged straight for Su Bai. Bypassing the pets to strike you? Smart, but they'll never keep up with me. Su Bai blurred to Little Eight's side, voice cold. Teach it a lesson now. Little Eight slammed in with a tortoise charge, making the serpent spit blood. Seizing the moment, Little White dove in like a spear. Han Zhan's eyes widened. Su Bai's beasts were overwhelming, driving the serpent to the brink. Su Bai himself stepped in, kicking the serpent square in the head. Then Little Eight crashed down from above. His move, tortoise gravity, crushed the serpent with brutal force. At last, the serpent fell. They turned, ready to rush to Wang Yang. But suddenly its body bulged with grotesque lumps. The next moment it exploded. Thanks to Little Eight's defense, they survived. But unbelievably, the serpent wasn't dead. With a flash, it slithered into the forest, fleeing in disgrace. Now wasn't the time to chase. They let it go for now. Han Zhan stayed to hold off the ape while Su Bai and Hu Qingshu sprinted toward Wang Yang. Elsewhere, Wang Yang was caught by 3 golden beasts. They weren't fast, but their raw strength was monstrous. He knew he couldn't escape, but he dragged one down with him. Pouring his blood chi into his spear, he unleashed the earth-rank skill sky-piercing strike. But an ape's fist smashed into his chest mid-charge. The other 2 piled on immediately. Their fists and kicks rained down like a storm. Wang Yang's body flew, crashing into a massive tree. Bloodied, he roared hoarsely, "Killing me is easy, but one day your kind will be slaughtered by humanity." He muttered weakly, "Han Zhan, Su Bai, looks like I'll never duel you again." At the last second, his spear was knocked skyward. Su Bai had arrived, just in time to save his life. But Wang Yang was already on the edge, eyes closing as he whispered, "Su Bai, avenge me." Fury surged in Su Bai's chest. He swore to tear every beast here apart. He snatched up the spear from before. With a roar, the weapon shot straight at the strongest ape. The beast was nailed to a tree, dead on impact. Little Eight and Little White finished off the remaining 2. Su Bai rushed to Wang Yang's side, trying to rouse him. Just then, the system triggered. Target detected. Potential White Tiger bloodline heir in critical state. Option: use White Tiger essence blood to revive and convert. Su Bai's eyes narrowed. He could save Wang Yang, but the price was eternal servitude. With Wang Yang's consent, he barked at Little White for 3 drops of blood. The beast rushed over, and Su Bai drew the blood midair, ordering his pets to guard him. He slammed his palm, infused with essence, into Wang Yang's wound. Spirit power surged into the man's body. Wang Yang screamed, eyes bulging in agony. Moments later, he was out of danger, his wounds completely healed by the essence. Staring in disbelief, Wang Yang gasped, How did you do this? Not even a king could." Su Bai's face was cold. "Keep it secret. Forever." At once, a massive phantom loomed within Wang Yang's mind, a decree echoing. "Reveal Su Bai's secret, and your soul will be annihilated, condemned by heaven and earth." Terrified, Wang Yang agreed instantly. Having saved him, Su Bai smirked, ready to name his price. But suddenly, the ground trembled. Countless snakes burst from the earth. The serpent had returned. Little White shredded them with ease. But they weren't real. Worse, they multiplied endlessly. Luckily, Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu finally arrived. "It's the serpent's trick. We must flush it out." Sure enough, it was hiding behind a tree. Borrowing Han Zhan's spear, Su Bai hurled it, but the serpent slipped aside. Hu Qingshu frowned. "Didn't we beat it back to its true form? How is a human again so soon?" The serpent stepped out in platinum armor, smirking. "That was only a clone. Kill me? Impossible." He tossed down Zheng Leixiao's shriveled corpse. Chao Zixuan's eyes blazed with vengeance. "Su Bai, kill him. I'll pay anything, no matter the cost." Su Bai sneered. "Fine. This mangy snake is mine." The serpent grinned, discarding the body, ready for battle. Su Bai roared, "I'll carve you up and make serpent stew." He stacked every skill from Little Eight and Little White onto himself, then activated Origin Symbiosis to share damage. The serpent slashed out a devastating sword aura. Su Bai met it head-on with a crushing punch. The collision blasted a massive crater into the ground, dust and debris swirling into the sky. The serpent's eyes flickered with surprise. Su Bai had actually held his ground. Then it snarled, mocking. "Insect, crawl out and die." Su Bai's massive fist answered, slamming into its body. The serpent, caught off guard, was hurled back several meters. It steadied itself, expression finally serious. Su Bai's gaze sharpened. This thing was stronger than before. His voice was ice. "Then taste my trump card. 7-star triple fiend formation." Through Origin Symbiosis, he unleashed the ultimate synergy, combining the strengths of his two beasts. Every ounce of power converged, raining down on the serpent. The serpent didn't even dodge. Creative trick, but your strength is pathetic. A green shield snapped up around its body. The next instant, countless snakes surged at Su Bai. It unleashed an Earth-rank skill, Lament of the Green Serpent. The swarm was meant to explode, tearing him apart. A massive blast shook the battlefield. His teammates shouted in panic. "Su Bai can't have fallen. Say something." As the dust cleared, Su Bai and his beast stood wounded but alive. Refusing to yield, he pushed Origin Symbiosis to its limit, beast core energy flooding his body, mending wounds as it burned. The serpent sneered. "Breaking through in front of me? Courting death." It gathered a sphere of terrifying power. Its strongest strike aimed to finish Su Bai. Han Zhan's group tried to move in, but the pressure was overwhelming. Suddenly Wang Yang shouted, "Look!" 3 beams of light shot skyward. Su Bai's voice thundered, "My life? You're not worthy to take it." White tiger as blade, black tortoise as shield, slaughter without mercy. The sacred beast armament had returned. Su Bai now stood like the master of heaven and earth, aura supreme and domineering. The others, stunned beyond words, recited the ancient incantation. Heaven and earth converge, the soul eternal. Divine weapons unite, sacred beast armament. Roots of nature, Origin Symbiosis. This was Lord Luo Fan's legendary feat, racing across 10,000 miles, slaying 2 king-rank titans before all witnesses. Sacred beast armament. The serpent's eyes widened in horror. Sacred beast armament? That ancient technique? Impossible. The system chimed. Congratulations, sacred beast armament awakened. All attributes surged. Sacred beast bloodline temporarily at 80%. Innate powers tripled, but Su Bai knew he had only 3 minutes to end this. Gazing down coldly, he growled, "Ready to die?" The serpent thrashed, desperate to resist. Su Bai flashed forward and slashed. The beast never expected such a swift end. Its final roar echoed. "Lord Nine Nether, avenge me!" At the fortress, Commander Niet Ching smiled faintly. The boy grows fast, but his eyes turn sharp. The King of Nine, Nether himself, dares strike at a youth? Do you think me dead? His blade left its sheath. One slash split the sky. A wave of annihilating sword energy tore across the horizon. It clashed and shattered the 9 Nether King's assault. The king snarled, "Niet Ching, don't get arrogant. Your end is near. When you fall, humanity will be wiped out." Niet Ching laughed. "I'll be waiting." As the clash ended, Su Bai released the sacred beast armament. Little 8 and Little White collapsed, utterly drained. The squad rushed to him. Hu Qingshu grinned. "Not bad. So many high-ranked beasts down in one battle." Han Zhan sighed. "If not for Su Bai's sacred beast armament, we'd all be dead." Su Bai warned, "The stench of blood will draw more beasts. We can't stay." But suddenly, a terrifying figure appeared above them. A cyan torrent swept out, uprooting trees across miles. A Lord-rank enemy had arrived. Worse, this being struck at them directly, just as doom seemed certain. Another Lord rank, Hu Huanshan, appeared, blocking the blow. His cold gaze lifted. "Long AO, for a lord to strike at children. Have you no shame?" Long Ao sneered. Your presence changes nothing. Today, I will take the one who awakened the sacred beast armament. The myriad races will never allow another Luo fan to rise. Hu Huanshan glared back from midair. Over my dead body. We'll see if you can protect him. Long Ao raised his hand, unleashing the domain of 10,000 serpents. Instantly, the ground writhed with endless snakes, each at least golden ranked, with platinum-grade titanic pythons mixed in. Hu Huanshan glanced back at us. Seeing we could still hold on, he turned his full focus back to Long Ao. The enemy conjured a colossal sword, 100 meters long, and swung it down. Hu Huanshan only chuckled. A good chance to stretch my bones. Moonlit Wudong. A towering Wudong tree rose sky high, shielding the strike in a storm of leaves. Han Zhang gasped. That's Hu Huanshan's Wudong technique. Long Ao's face twisted in shock. You've grasped the power of law. The force gnawed away at his vitality, utterly undefendable. He dare not linger. Today I concede, but you can't guard him forever. With that, he ripped into a spatial rift, escaping, but his voice lingered. The moment he steps beyond the Great Wall, the myriad races will kill him. Hu Huanshan exhaled, dismissing the towering tree and its endless leaves. Han Zhang's eyes shone with awe. So this is a clash of true powerhouses? Every move shakes heaven and earth. Su Bai's gaze burned. When will I wield such strength? Hu Huanshan spoke gravely. Remember, no matter how strong, there will always be foes you can't defeat. The only one you must surpass is yourself. He then activated a teleportation array, whisking us back to the garrison base. At the gate, a man in mink robes appeared. Su Bai, well done. Congratulations on awakening the sacred beast armament. He nodded to Hu Huanshan. Take him to the council chamber. Then vanished without a trace. Su Bai asked in confusion, who was that? Hu Huanshan's answer stunned him. That was humanity's hero, the king-rank sovereign, Lord Nieqing. Su Bai learned that Nieqing lived in Luo Fan's era. When she revived and martial paths awakened, the young Nieqing, only 20, watched humanity crumble and declared, martial arts will defend the nation. He was mocked for it. Only Luo Fan believed him. The two became sworn brothers, vowing to dedicate their lives to humanity's survival. As they walked, soldiers cried out excitedly, look, Luo Fan's successor, the bearer of sacred beast armament, Su Bai. At last, a ray of hope. Let our generation suffer. If Su Bai rises, the next will thrive. Hu Huanshan reassured him. Don't carry the world's burden yet. For now, your only task is to grow stronger. Soon they arrived at the Grand Council chamber, filled with leaders. Even Lin Yinran's father, Lin Jinnan, sat among them, revealed to be a diamond-rank powerhouse. Nieqing wasted no time. The myriad races mobilized to kill Su Bai, even dispatching a lord-rank assassin. What are your thoughts? Voices rose at once. With Luo Fan's art revived, Su Bai's rise will bring humanity glory. He must be protected at all costs. Provide him with the best mentors, resources enough to reach Lord or even King rank. His life is worth more than all of ours combined. He cannot fall prey to the enemy. Su Bai smiled inwardly. These old men, they're actually good people. But Lin Jinnan's voice cut through. No, Su Bai must keep fighting on the battlefield. True strength is forged in life and death combat. No greenhouse can produce the invincible. Lin Jinnan's words sparked instant backlash. The myriad races already tremble at the sacred beast armament. If Su Bai keeps fighting and falls, who takes responsibility? You. Yet to everyone's shock, Hu Huanshan spoke up in support. An eagle does not break its wings in a storm. A wolf does not cower before the night. Luo Fan treated the battlefield as his home, surviving death more than 10 times. Were he alive, he would demand Su Bai temper himself the same way. Su Bai groaned inwardly. If I had unlimited resources, who the hell would want to risk their neck on the battlefield? In the end, Nieqing decreed, 3 lords, 38 diamonds, and 1,000,000 soldiers would reinforce the Misty Mountains. Su Bai smiled to himself. So many to protect me? Perfect. But the truth was brutal. He was bait. They meant to dangle him before the enemy and carve out a massacre. For a moment, he thought he'd misheard. Meanwhile, in the Nine Nether King's palace, the king sat upon his throne, eyes cold as he swept across his court. The sacred beast armament has returned. You all remember Luo Fan's terror. We cannot allow a second Luo Fan. At any cost, Su Bai must die. 8 lords and 42 diamonds will reinforce Mieching, with the Phoenix and 9-tailed fox elders to assist. Yet the Phoenix elder frowned and flatly refused. In this battle, my clan will not send a single soldier. Even the carefree fox elder chimed in lazily. Nor will mine. The 9-tailed foxes abstain. Their defiance ignited the 9 Nether King's fury. You dare defy me? The 3 royal clans came to this war together. How dare you withdraw now? But neither Phoenix nor Fox flinched. What? Will you strike us down? Everyone knows the truth. You just want to monopolize the human blood sacrifice. We came for the resources of the Forbidden Lands. We won't play along with your madness. With that, both clans turned and left. The Fox Elder added coldly, slaughter isn't our business. The 9 Nether King's eyes blazed with murderous rage, yet he dared not act against them. He could only snarl through gritted teeth. Even without you two, my clan alone will finish the extermination. On the way back, the Phoenix Elder asked about the Saintess. The Elder replied, she's unruly. Our clan has expanded the search. The Phoenix Elder's eyes hardened. Find her before the war begins, at any cost. After the council, Nieching brought Su Bai to his office and produced a piece of sky jade. Wear it. It hides you from everyone but me, even the 9 Nether King. Su Bai thanked him, but added, hiding alone won't cut it. He needed gear and materials to grow stronger. With a wave, Nieching opened a chest. Radiance flooded the room. Inside were treasures, diamond-grade armor, 10,000-year dragon grass, and a frost heart Lord core. Nieching cautioned, they'll be yours, but step by step. No rushing your growth. He picked up a diamond-grade armor with a grin. This one's mine. If I drop dead, you'll regret not letting me keep it. But in the next second, all the treasures vanished into thin air. Seriously? Not even one left. That's stingy as hell. Disappointed, he walked on, only to run into Yenron's father. The man asked him to follow, saying he had something to discuss. With a stern face, Lin Jinan asked, it was my idea to leave you in the 10,000 races battlefield. You don't resent me, do you? He quickly shook his head. I don't even get what that girl sees in you. So, how far have you and Yenran gone? The sudden question made his heart skip, and he hurriedly explained they were just friends, nothing inappropriate. Lin Jinan waved it off, handing him a piece of golden armor. Take this. Don't throw your life away on the battlefield. He accepted the armor with both hands, bowing slightly. Thank you, Uncle Lin. The next day, Wang Yang stood in front of Zhang Leixiao's coffin. He fought back tears. Rest in peace, brother. Su Bai has already avenged you. Yet Su Bai strolled in, proudly showing off new gear. Han Zhan blinked. Where the hell did you scam that from this time? Soon, Nieching's voice echoed across the camp. The enemy army marches against us. 1,000,000 strong. They may outnumber us, but humanity will prevail. According to Han Zhan, Lord Nieching could even fight the 9 Nether King one-on-one, so the enemy would definitely send multiple lords to pin him down. Their task was simpler: obey orders and follow the army into the Misty Mountains for reconnaissance. Before long, diamond rank experts had already clashed. The battlefield shook with chaotic energy, enemies swarming everywhere. And as expected, another pack of beasts rushed over. Turtleback wolves and giant horned deer. Just small fry. The soldiers grinned and pulled out their weapons, eager to spill blood. Su Bai released Xiao Ba and Xiao Bai from his backpack. Gotta snatch some military credit too. The aura of the White Tiger's bloodline burst forth, overwhelming the field. Xiao Ba's massive body slammed down like a mountain. Han Zhan and the others groaned. Come on, Su. You're hogging all the credit again. But then, Su Bai and Su Bai's bloodline pressure rolled over the beasts. Every creature trembled, terror rising from the depths of their blood. Resistance wasn't even an option. Under such a superior bloodline, they all dropped to the ground in submission. Just as Su Bai frowned in confusion, the system prompt appeared. Congratulations, host. Legion function unlocked. You may recruit an entire race into your army to fight under your command. Condition: they must submit willingly. Once accepted, their lives and deaths fall under your control, and you may command them through mental force. The Turtleback Wolf clan pledges allegiance. Accept. The Giant Horned Deer clan pledges allegiance. Accept. What the hell? There's a legion function. I can recruit entire races. Without hesitation, he accepted their surrender. His teammates were dumbfounded. How the hell did you tame them? Obviously, my overwhelming charisma, Su Bai smirked. Then he barked his first order. From now on, you follow me. Turtleback wolves, secure the rear. Giant horned deer, guard both flanks. With them protecting the formation, the recon squad moved faster. But after just a few steps, Su Bai suddenly burst out of the backpack on his own. A strange light shone in his eyes, earth element energy swirling around his massive claws. Su Bai thought he had found treasure underground. The next second, Su Bai shot into the air because a colossal centipede erupted from beneath the earth. Han Zhan and Chao Zixuan nearly jumped out of their skin. Careful, that's a sawtooth centipede, also called the Ghost of Hell. Su Bai tilted his head. Is it really that scary? Hu Qing, drenched in sweat, stammered. Its body slips through the earth unseen, its legs like saw blades that cut through anything. Wherever they crawl, nothing survives, they're walking disasters. But the scene before them was nothing like his description. The centipedes were circling Su Bai playfully, like children around a parent. Then the system prompt chimed again. Sawtooth Centipede Clan pledges allegiance. Except, luck this outrageous felt unreal. Meanwhile, deep in the misty valley, a serpent named Qing, she stood guard with an elite force. It belonged to the Dark Python clan. Suddenly, the ground quaked ahead. The beasts tensed in alarm. Out from below surged a swarm of giant-jawed centipedes. They crawled forth like reapers from hell, launching a brutal assault on the army. Qing broke in a cold sweat. Send word to the 9 Nether King now. The giant-jawed centipedes were infamous even among the 10,000 races. Capturing just 1 or 2 alive would bring a bounty large enough to push it from gold rank to platinum. Qing unleashed its domain. Countless serpents erupted from the earth. But before they could strike, the centipedes tore them apart mercilessly. With no way out, Qing revealed its true form, coiling into battle. Yet within moments, its body was swarmed. Razor teeth bit down, shredding its iron-hard scales. Only then did it realize the sheer terror of the giant-jawed centipedes, but it was far too late. In the end, it was ripped into bloody pieces. Not long after, a human squad passed by, staring in shock at the carnage. What kind of monster could rip apart a dark python like this? Was it the sawtooth centipedes? Send a report. Alert the entire army. Sawtooth centipedes have appeared in the Misty Mountains. If encountered, retreat immediately. Do not engage. Meanwhile, Su Bai was still leading his 2 teammates, searching for the Azure Lake in the mountains. After running around for ages, he sighed. Looks like we're lost. To make things worse, they were all terrible with directions. With no other choice, he pulled out his trump card. Come out, my little turtle. They say an old horse knows the road. Well, an old turtle should too. He bribed Su Bai the glutton with a beast core, making it obediently lead the way. Sure enough, it was heading in the right direction. Even Han Zhan admitted Su Bai was more reliable, sneering. Face it, our captain's less useful than a turtle. Su Bai fumed. Who the hell are you calling worse than a turtle? Following behind Su Bai, Su Bai asked, Don't you feel the fog's getting thinner? The others paused. He was right. Haha, we actually made it out of the Misty Mountains. Su Bai, Turns out you do know the way. But Hu Qingshu's voice trembled. Wait, this doesn't look like Azure Lake. Xiao Ba, where the hell did you drag us? Han Zhan checked the map and frowned. If I'm right, this is just the outer edge of Azure Lake. Suddenly, a thunderous roar shook the ground. A massive dragon shot into the sky. Holy crap, they screamed in unison. Without a second thought, they bolted. On the run, Su Bai cursed at Xiao Ba. You idiot, where the hell did you take us? Don't tell me we ran off the damn map. From behind came a shrill cry. Wait, you three lowly creatures, stop and protect your saintess. But they weren't listening, only running faster. A while later, the voice was gone. Panting to a halt, Su Bai ranted. What the hell was that thing? That terrifying? The map said danger level was low out here. Did Xiao Ba screw up the path? Just when they thought they were safe, the voice returned. Pathetic lowborns. In danger, and none of you guarded me. Only cared about saving yourselves. Su Bai turned and blinked. Huh, it's just a little girl? No wonder I didn't notice while running. Right then, the system chimed. Congratulations, host. You've discovered a phoenix maiden with Vermilion bird bloodline. The Phoenix clan is proud and unyielding. Find a way to tame her. Info appeared on his panel. Race, ancient phoenix saintess. Attribute, fire. Status, unawakened. Level, high silver. Bloodline, Vermilion bird, though not yet tameable. Su Bai groaned. Seriously? The Vermilion bird I've been searching for turns out to be a brat. The little lowly instantly exploded, pointing at him. Who are you calling a brat? I'll roast you alive, worm. Su Bai thought back. Taming Xiao Ba, and Xiao Bai wasn't this hard. Maybe this one just needed a beating to behave. Seeing his mischievous grin, the lowly flared with fiery light. What are you planning? How dare you disrespect your saintess? I'll burn you to ash. Han Zhan muttered. Damn, this little girl's scary. Su Bai shrugged. Kids don't listen? Then you discipline them. With Go Step, he snatched her up by the collar. The lowly gasped in shock. A lowly creature dared lay hands on her? She shrieked. Despicable beast. You're dead. I'll never forgive you. But the next second, Su Bai slammed her onto the ground. Stay down. Brat still so mouthy? Planning to spit fire too? Saintess or not, titles don't work on me. Fire in the forest is dangerous. Didn't your parents teach you that? Just answer one thing. Submit or not. Say, I yield, and I'll let you go. Han Zhan and Chao Zishuan stared dumbfounded. Su Bai, is it okay to discipline a little girl like this? Meanwhile, the lowly burst into tears. You filthy creature. Just wait. When I grow up, I'll make you pay. I'll spank you till your butt bursts. Su Bai smirked and wrapped her head again. Still talking back? Stubborn brat. Beg for mercy, and I'll stop. And so, Su Bai kept disciplining her until nightfall. After the meal was ready, Han Zhan called out, Hey, old Su, want some chicken legs? Refill your strength, and keep smacking her. Su Bai waved him off. Forget it. That's enough for today. Let's eat first. The lowly was seething with hatred, shouting, I'll never forgive you. Just wait till my clan's elder arrives. She'll crush you. Su Bai snatched her up again. Your elder? I'll smack her too. Now shut up and eat. Sniffing the food, Su Bai asked, Why does this turkey smell so good? Han Zhan grinned. It's bronze tier flame turkey. The proud little lowly thought, Humph, I've tasted countless rare treasures. Bronze means nothing. But the aroma hit her nose, and her eyes widened. So good. What did you sprinkle on it? Why does fire make food smell better? Su Bai smirked. Don't tell me this saintess has never eaten cooked food? Out loud, he said, Of course. Want to try? Hold on. With seasoning, it's even better. Go on, take a bite. You'll love it. She took the chicken leg, bit down, and her eyes lit up. This is the best thing I've ever eaten. I want this every day. It's better than the elders' so-called divine ingredients. Su Bai chuckled. Simple deal. Obey me, and you get chicken legs every meal. The lowly's pride crumbled. Fine. I'll do whatever you say. Just give me more. The system prompt chimed. Congratulations, host. Ancient phoenix tamed. Host has advanced to high silver. Su Bai grinned. Who knew a chicken leg could tame a vermilion bird? Xiao Bai, come out and meet our new friend." He introduced them. From now on, Xiao Hong's family too. At the sight of them, Xiao Hong's eyes sparkled. "Ah, such a cute turtle and kitty." Xiao Bai roared, "Brat, I'm your big bro." Xiao Bai grinned, "And I'm white bro. Show some respect." But Xiao Hong hugged them both, laughing. "Nope, turtle and kitty, way too cute." Watching them play, Han Zhan muttered, You don't think old Su really sees that girl as a pet, do you? Feels shady." And he leveled up without anyone noticing. Something's off. Clearing his throat, Han Zhan confronted him. "Old Su, you really advanced to high silver?" Su Bai nodded casually. "Yeah, easy enough." Han Zhan cursed inwardly. "Easy my ass." He pressed. "So what's your secret? How'd you level so fast?" Su Bai thought, "Can't exactly say system, can I?" He stood up, speaking solemnly. "Old Han, truth is, I do have a method. With our bond, I'd share. But in Dragon Nation we say, the way cannot be spread lightly. Especially when it concerns reaching king rank. You get me?" The word king made Han Zhan freeze, then nod like mad. "I get it. Totally get it." He flipped his palm, producing a beast core. "Here, a gold tier core." Su Bai snatched it up, grinning. "Nice. I knew I could count on you. Now, listen closely. This is wisdom straight from Lord Nye Qing himself. Martial cultivation, is it about realms? No, it's about the heart. If you carry an unshakable will to seek the Tao, your path will outpace everyone else's. Look at that mountain. If you focus only on the mountain, it's a wall. But if you only fix your eyes on the peak, the climb through foot and mid-levels won't matter. You'll break through in one rush." Han Zhan scratched his head. "Sounds like something, but also like nothing. Did you say anything at all?" A moment later, he slapped Su Bai's shoulder. "I get it. Thanks, old Su. I finally understand. As long as I tell myself every morning, I will be king rank, there'll be no bottlenecks. The Tao is simple. Why didn't I see it before? I'll use every second to train." Su Bai and Chao Zixuan exchanged helpless looks. "Great. He's gone mad." After finishing up, Su Bai turned to Xiao Hong. "Enough playing. Help Xiao Ba and Xiao Bai awaken their second origin talents." But Xiao Hong just stared blankly, not knowing how. Su Bai said patiently, "Didn't know before? Now you do. Use your spirit power. Feel inside. You'll find an ability that awakens others' second origin." Xiao Hong hesitated, then followed his instructions. The next moment, her eyes lit up. "I can really feel it. Big bro, Ba, you first." Flames surged into him. Xiao Ba screamed, "It hurts." "Stop it." Xiao Hong gasped. "Big bro, your true body is massive." Su Bai encouraged, "Endure it. Look, your tail's glowing." Moments later, Xiao Ba roared to the heavens. The system panel appeared /beast, Earth Black Tortoise. Awakening complete, second element, water origin. Attributes, Earth plus water. Full power at gold rank. Dual origin grants overwhelming defense and recovery. Su Bai laughed. "Perfect. With earth and water combined, your defense is unbreakable." Then his gaze locked on a Xiao Bai, who was trying to sneak away. "Your turn. Awakening hurts. Bear with it." Soon, agonized cries echoed. Xiao Bai's body flared with black flames. Beast, metal white tiger. Awakening complete, second element, shadow origin. White tiger bloodline plus shadow origin. An ultimate feast of slaughter and terror. Su Bai roared in excitement. Now the three sacred beasts are complete. I'll tear through 1,000 miles without stopping. By the next morning, Han Zhan stretched and said, "After a night's rest, we're reaching Azure Lake today. Old Su, do you even know where we are?" Xiao Hong pointed into the distance. "We're about 80 kilometers from the forbidden core of Azure Lake." On the way, Su Bai asked curiously, "That dragon we saw yesterday, flickering in and out, what was it?" Xiao Hong explained, "The Azure Dragon, guardian of the Forbidden Zone. Its power is unmatched. Any living thing near the core is slaughtered." The words Azure Dragon made Su Bai jolt. Xiao Hong added coolly, "Yes, terrifying. Even lord-level beasts that strayed inside never came back. Cold sweat beaded on Han Zhan's forehead. Even lords? That strong? Then why hasn't the Nine Nether King tamed it? Xiao Hong's answer stunned them. The Nine Nether King once gathered the 3 royal clan elders. Even together, they failed to subdue the Azure Dragon. The group gasped in unison. What? Even the Nine Nether King couldn't? If we just rush in, isn't that suicide? Meanwhile, Su Bai quietly pulled up his system. Scan the Azure Dragon's bloodline. If I tame it today, the 4 divine beasts will finally be complete. But the system's response crushed his hopes. Azure Dragon detected. Bloodline purity, extreme. Power, half-king. State, berserk. Danger level, lethal. Host too weak. Taming impossible. Return when stronger. Su Bai sighed inwardly. Even the system warned the Azure Dragon was lethal. Better pull back while we can. He said out loud. Old Han. Old who? Maybe we should retreat. Xiao Hong, do you know the way out of the Misty Mountains? She shook her head. The paths shift with the weather. I can't navigate them. Hu Qingshu suggested, since Azure Lake is west, heading east should take us back out. Han Zhan frowned. Easy to say, but we don't even know which way is east. As they debated, Xiao Hong suddenly spoke up. I know a small tribe nearby. We could ask them for directions. Su Bai ruffled her hair with a grin. Huh, Xiao Hong, why didn't you say so earlier? Reliable as always, little phoenix. Lead the way, she explained. They're called the Serpent Clan. Closest tribe within 1,000 miles. On the way, she added, they once had a platinum elder, but he marched off with their elite force. Only the old and weak remain. Strongest now is a gold rank elder. Soon after, she pointed ahead. That's the Serpent Clan's settlement. From afar, the snake dens stretched out endlessly. Han Zhan's brows knitted. Small tribe or not, judging by the aura and numbers, they've got at least 10,000 beasts. The real question is, how many are still here guarding the tribe? Han Zhan suggested, we split into 4 directions, lure the serpent beasts out. Once they divide, we strike them one by one. But Hu Qingshu shook his head. Too risky. Better to grab a gold rank and force directions out of him. Su Bai rolled his eyes, full of disdain. All you two know is fighting. Don't forget, Xiao Hong is a royal saintess. Han Zhan asked, then what's your plan, old Su? Su Bai smirked wickedly. Naturally, I have my ways. Moments later, the Serpent Clan's gates echoed with a thunderous cry. The emissary of the ancient royals has arrived. The guards gasped. That's the aura of the Phoenix bloodline. Why would such nobility descend upon us? And behind her, 3 earth black tortoises? The second elder rushed out, kneeling. Serpent Clan's second elder greets the Phoenix Saintess and the 3 mighty tortoise lords. Forgive us for not welcoming sooner. Su Bai's expression turned solemn, voice commanding. Second elder, is it? I'll march for the front lines and require recovery. Offer up all your clan's spirit herbs and treasures now. Behind him, Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu were dumbstruck. Weren't we here to ask directions? Why is he demanding tribute? Su Bai coughed and snapped. Shut up. The elder's face tensed, sweat dripping, not daring to defy. Honor guests. Our clan shall serve wholeheartedly. Please accept these humble spirit fruits. Han Zhan's eyes widened. That's 4th grade spirit medicine. 100 spirit fruits. One can fully restore a gold drank's vitality in moments. Su Bai nodded with a satisfied chuckle. Good. You've done well. We'll rest here for the night. He pointed lazily. We'll take that house. And bring me a map of the area. Han Zhan's jaw nearly dropped. It's noon, and he wants to rest for the night already. The elder hesitated, troubled. My lord, that house, it is the clan chief's private residence. Without his permission, no one may enter. The serpent elder forced a smile. Then I shall order a grander residence built immediately for you, my lord. Will that suffice? Su Bai's eyes flashed, his voice a whip crack. Insolence. Even if your clan chief himself were here, he wouldn't dare refuse me. Or are you saying the saintess of the ancient Phoenix clan is beneath your petty serpent chief? The elder paled, dropping to his knees, kowtowing. Never. I wouldn't dare. When Xiao Hong's palm burst into scarlet flame, their doubts vanished. It was the unmistakable holy fire of the Phoenix royal bloodline. Seeing their fear peak, Su Bai finally stepped forward, tone calm but commanding. Second Elder, be at ease. We only rest for one night. Just make sure the map is delivered to me. Understood. Once inside, Su Bai's face changed instantly. He whispered to his companions, "This place is full of treasures. Don't rush. We'll move once the map arrives." Sure enough, the elder returned soon, bowing low. "My lord, the map you requested." His eyes swept the room. Everything was tidy, untouched, so I worried for nothing. Exalted beasts like them wouldn't covet our meager wealth. He offered the map respectfully. "If that is all, I shall take my leave." Su Bai waved coldly. "Go. We are resting. No disturbances." The door closed with a click. At once Su Bai ripped off his facade, hissing with excitement. "Old Han, old who? Search the first floor, every valuable you can find. Xiao Hong, you're with me upstairs. Bed bottoms, wardrobe tops, every chest, search it all." Hu Qingshu gasped. "Holy crap, this is 5th grade spirit liquid, jade nectar." Han Zhan smashed open a crate with brute force. Su Bai shot him a glare. "Keep it down, idiot. Make a racket like that, and the whole clan will hear us. You want trouble?" On the other side, Xiao Hong shouted with delight, "Master, a whole chest of grade 4 spirit fruit. 100 spirit fruit." Soon, a mountain of treasures piled up before them. Su Bai's gaze swept over the loot, eyes glinting sly. "Everyone ready?" With nods all around, he roared, "Then what are we waiting for? Feast!" They devoured the spirit treasures like wolves. Han Zhan rubbed his stomach, thrilled. "Old who? I think my silver bottleneck is cracking." Su Bai cut him off sharply. "Enough. We've eaten our fill. Now it's time to study the map and plan our escape." They huddled around the map. Su Bai tapped it decisively. "We gather all the Serpent Clan tonight. Xiao Hong, you take down their silver ranks. The golds are for Han and Hu. No objections? Good. At nightfall, we strike." Han Zhan thumped his chest. "Leave it to me. I feel like I could crush a mountain." Night soon fell. Cloaked once more, Su Bai strode into the courtyard, voice booming. "Second Elder, summon every serpent clansman, now." The elder obeyed, leading the horde to gather. Bowing low, he asked, "Exalted Tortoise Lord, what are your orders?" Su Bai scanned their formation, spread out cautious. "Umph. Even posted 3 golds to encircle me, crafty snakes." Suddenly he ripped off the cloak, eyes cold. "Orders? Just one. I'll be taking your head." With that, his golden claw strike ripped through the air. The second elder barely evaded, roaring, "Despicable human!" His voice thundered. "Serpent Clan, attack. Tear them apart." Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu charged into the fray. Xiao Ba unleashed his colossal form, trampling serpents in a bloody paste. Xiao Bai turned into a shadowy white tiger, each bite ending a serpent's life. But Xiao Hong was the wildest, skipping through the battlefield, laughing, shouting, "Barbecue! Roast snake meat!" Everywhere she went, serpents went up in flames, screaming. Su Bai smirked, watching. That phoenix fire, terrifying beyond measure. In moments, the serpent den was an inferno. Screams filled the night. "Save us! Elder, save us!" Su Bai cut down foes leisurely, even teasing, "Old Han, I'll leave a few alive for you to practice." The elder, dying, still could not comprehend. What monsters are these people? When it was over, Han Zhan shook out his arms, unsatisfied. "Not enough. Too weak." Su Bai's eyes narrowed. "Don't get careless. We're deep in enemy territory." Xiao Ba and Xiao Bai roared with excitement. "Master, we can feel it. We're about to break through to gold." Hu Qingshu wiped sweat. "Old Su, what now? Should we regroup with the army?" Su Bai's grin turned sharp. "Why regroup? We're in enemy territory. Why not strike them instead?" Hu protested. "Too dangerous for just us." Su Bai's eyes gleamed madly. "Danger brings fortune. The bigger the risk, the greater the reward." He slammed his palm down. Enough. I'm the captain, decision's mine. Tonight we rest. Tomorrow we march into the Stormfang Mountains. Hu Qingshu sucked in a cold breath. That's the Wind Leopard clan's turf. Old Su, you're out of your mind. The next day, on the road, Han Zhan grumbled. You're using that fake royal act again? Su Bai smirked. Classic tricks always work 3 times. He bellowed. The exalted Black Tortoise Lord has arrived. Kneel. The Wind Leopards froze. Report to the Elder. The tortoise is here. Moments later, a one-eyed Black Panther strode out, blade in hand. Tortoise clan, you've come to die. Su Bai's party blinked. Wait, what? The Panther snarled. Our clans are mortal enemies. Today we settle the score. Wind Leopards. Kill them all. Leopards swarmed in from every side. Han Zhan blocked a strike, cursing. Old Su, your trick's useless this time. Su Bai grit his teeth. How was I supposed to know they had bad blood? Fine, wipe them out. Shao Bai move. The 2 beasts manifested, their aura sending shivers through the Panther Elder. Su Bai pointed ahead. Xiaohong, they're too fast. They're yours. Wrapped in crimson light, she soared skyward. Phoenix flame. A single blaze incinerated the Wind Leopards. Ashes in seconds. Han Zhan shouted in ecstasy. Yes, I'm breaking through. Su Bai chuckled. Told you my method works. A panel flashed before him / congrats. Earth Tortoise evolved into Water Veil Tortoise, gold rank achieved. Congrats. Metal Tiger evolved into Dark Gold Tiger, gold rank achieved. Su Bai's grin widened. Beautiful. Huge gains this time. He looked up. Xiaoba loomed, even larger. New panel / Water Veil Tortoise. Element. Earth / water. Rank gold. Black Tortoise bloodline, 50% awakened. Su Bai gasped. Debuff enemy's attack by 20%? Plus water barrier? That's broken. Next was Xiao Bai's panel / Dark Gold Tiger. Element. Metal / shadow. Rank gold. White Tiger bloodline, 50% awakened. Su Bai's eyes lit. Shadow Strike, double speed. Faster than Ghost Step itself. He laughed. Xiao Bai, from now on, you rule the shadows. Han Zhan groaned. Old Su, I also have faith and conviction. Why am I not breaking through? Su Bai gave a sly smile. Simple, old Han. Your conviction isn't firm enough. Then he turned to Xiaohong. So, little Phoenix, where's our next stop? Xiaohong's tone turned heavy. There's only one place left we haven't gone. The main city of the Black Tortoise clan. Su Bai's eyes gleamed. Perfect. Then that's our next destination. The main city itself. Han Zhan froze. Old Su, are you out of your mind? That's a true major city of the 10,000 races. Even during war, there are bound to be powerhouses guarding it. Just a few of us scheming against the main city. This is suicide. He shook his head violently. No way. If our human identities are exposed, we won't even have a chance to run. Hu Qingshu quickly agreed. Han's right. With just the 3 of us, storming a main city is too reckless. But Su Bai simply smirked, his voice calm yet forceful. Old Han. Old who? Have you forgotten your faith? Your Tao-seeking heart. If you want resources, if you want power, then risk is the price we must pay. Picture this. The day you ascend to king rank, standing atop the Great Wall, looking down on the 10,000 races like ants. Imagine the worship you'll command, the glory you'll bring to our people. Su Bai's voice thundered with conviction. We march for the glory of the human race. What could be more honorable? Even if we don't make it back, our deaths will be a monument to greatness. Do you understand? Han Zhan's blood boiled, his spirit ignited. He roared, yes. For the human race's cause, I, Han Zhan, would live great and die glorious. Su Bai clasped his hand firmly, eyes blazing. That's it, old Han. That's the spirit of a true son of humanity. He raised his arm, voice fierce. Xiaohong, lead the way. For our people's honor, forward. 3 grueling days passed. Exhaustion weighed heavy, and they groaned. How much farther? Xiaohong suddenly beamed, pointing ahead. We're close. That, right there, is the Black Tortoise clan's main city. The group lifted their eyes, and what they saw stole their breath. Before them towered a city so vast, so imposing, it seemed to split heaven and earth itself. The colossal walls radiated a crushing majesty. Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu felt their legs tremble, an instinctive fear pressing into their bones. Yet Su Bai only laughed boldly, his voice ringing like steel. What's there to fear? We are sons of humanity. Xiao Hong's expression grew solemn as she explained, this city, Black Tortoise's main citadel, is the grandest of all. I once came here with the Great Elder. Each wall bears 13 gates. By custom, royal-blooded powerhouses enter through the central gate. The Black Tortoise clan itself uses the 2 adjacent gates. As for the side gates, they're for other high bloodline clans, but even they must undergo aura verification and pay tribute to pass. Xiao Hong continued her explanation. The so-called toll fee is paid in amethyst stones. One stone is worth about a tier 3 elixir. They're not just currency. They carry immense energy and can be used directly in cultivation. But for powerhouses above platinum, ordinary stones aren't enough. They use higher-grade spirit crystals infused with elemental power, gold, earth, even space itself. Su Bai smirked. What's this? Don't tell me, little saint beast, that you've only got a single amethyst stone left in your pocket. Xiao Hong puffed her chest and jingled the pouch at her waist. Oomph. This is a spatial pouch, about 100 cubic meters inside. I'm actually pretty rich .. The group gasped in unison. No wonder she's always so relaxed about spirit materials. She's been cultivating with amethyst stones. This little lowly's a rich lady. But in the very next moment, Su Bai snatched the pouch straight from her hands. His eyes gleamed as he declared shamelessly, Xiao Hong, a child like you carrying this much money is unsafe. As your master, I'll keep it for you. Decision made. Before entering the city, Xiao Hong cloaked them all with the aura of the Black Tortoise clan. This disguise will last 7 days. With it, we can slip in through the side gate, no toll needed. Along the road, beasts of all kinds bowed respectfully at their passing. Su Bai grinned ear to ear. Told you, works every time. At the gates, serpent guards bellowed. We welcome the honored lord's return to the main city. The pomp and spectacle made the group puff with pride. Now this is status. But once they stepped inside, the sight froze them in their tracks. Beasts of every shape and kind thronged the streets, the city teeming with life, yet thrumming with lethal danger. The atmosphere was both vibrant and suffocating. Han Zhan's voice quivered. Old Su, I didn't expect this many powerhouses inside the city. The depth of the 10,000 races, it's terrifying. With the 3 great royal clans plus these elites, our human warriors could never stand against them. Xiao Hong explained at the right moment. The 3 royal clans hold absolute control over the lower bloodlines. Out of the 10 million soldiers the king of 9 Nether summoned, at least 9 million are cannon fodder. The true elites are only the 9 Nether royals and the Dizong serpent clan. Su Bai suddenly understood. No wonder Lord Huanshan doesn't take this army seriously. So that's the hidden reason. Didn't expect the main city of the myriad clans to be this lively. Why don't we take a look around? Just then, Xiao Ba's voice came from the system space. Master, I found something good. About 10 kilometers southwest. Su Bai's eyes lit up. He cleared his throat and said, Old Han, old who this city is way too big. If the 3 of us stick together, it'll slow us down. How about splitting up? Hu Qingshu nodded. Makes sense. I also want to check if there's a place with ancient records of the myriad clans. Su Bai pulled out 2 purple crystals and handed them over. Don't say I'm not generous. 1 each. Act on your own, and we'll regroup at the city gate later. No need to thank me. Just enjoy yourselves. Xiao Hong, let's go. Watching Su Bai walk away, Han Zhan muttered under his breath, cheapskate. Following Xiao Ba's guidance, Su Bai arrived at a mysterious location. He muttered to himself, what kind of treasure could be hidden here? While examining the wall and thinking, this wall isn't even that high. I could climb it, Xiao Hong suddenly shouted, Master, look! In the sky, A giant dragon tried to fly over, only to be instantly burned into ashes by a surge of lightning. Su Bai sucked in a sharp breath. Good thing I didn't rush. This rune looks familiar, like something I read in an ancient book. Then it hit him. I remember. This is the Purity Barrier. The Dizong Serpent Clan really went all out. With this in place, even a diamond rank won't sneak past unnoticed. A sly grin crept onto his face. But what treasure could be worth guarding with such a barrier? Before he could think further, Xiao Hong warned, "Master, someone's coming." "Hi!" A Serpent Clan commander appeared for inspection. The guards bowed respectfully. "Lord, you're here to check again? Don't worry, everything's under control." Su Bai whispered, "Stay here. Let me test Xiao Bai's new talent." He activated his talent, Shadow Strike, and his figure gradually vanished. Xiao Hong's eyes widened in shock. "Whoa, he's really invisible." Su Bai swaggered right behind the Serpent Commander and slipped into the ancient temple. Just as the heavy doors closed, he struck, chopping the commander unconscious with a single blow. Su Bai smirked. This shadow trick is pretty handy. He then scanned the surroundings carefully. Let's see what kind of treasure is hidden here. The moment Su Bai saw the scene before him, he couldn't help but shout, "Damn, all of this is purple crystal? I've struck gold. There's no way I walk out of here poor." Just as excitement surged through him, he suddenly sensed a strange aura lingering in the air. His eyes narrowed. Someone's here? Could be the Dizong serpents hiding around. He barked sharply. "Who's there? Show yourself." To his surprise, two figures stepped out of the shadows, their voices showing clear recognition. Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu appeared, stunned. "Su Bai? It's really you. What the? You too?" Su Bai's eyes widened, then he smirked. One said he was off to read, another claimed the weapon shop. The last one swore he was sightseeing. And yet, here we all are. He leaned in closer, lowering his voice with a mocking grin. "Didn't you two brag about being upright and proper? Then why the night cloaks? Looks like you're more professional than me. How do you even sneak in? Don't tell me you alerted the guards." Han Zhan chuckled slyly, saw a tunnel, and wandered in. "That's all." Su Bai rolled his eyes. "Fine, keep your secrets. Just remember, take what you can, and keep it quiet." He waved them off. "And don't follow me." With that, he turned to loot the treasure. Soon, Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu's packs bulged full. Han Zhan wiped his sweat. "That's enough? I can't carry more." Su Bai shot them a look of disdain. Pathetic. But then disaster struck. A small bell slipped from Han Zhan's pack, clattering loudly on the ground. From outside came a sharp shout. What was that? "Something's moving inside the temple." Su Bai cursed under his breath. "Han, you troublemaking bastard." Serpent guards rushed in, spotting their unconscious commander. "Lord, sound the alarm. The temple's been breached. Raise the purity barrier to maximum. Don't let them escape." In desperation, Su Bai unleashed gravity of the earth. "Run, now, or it's over." The serpent guards were crushed in place. The three of them bolted like arrows released from a bowstring. Behind them came furious roars. The thieves escaped. After them, lock down the city. Search every house, every street. Don't let them slip away. Outside the temple, Xiao Hong reported anxiously. "Master, the entire city guard is mobilized." Han Zhan's face turned grim. "Old Su, we really messed up this time." Even Hu Qingshu, usually calm, spoke with tension. "The whole city's sealed. No one's coming to help us." Yet Su Bai suddenly flashed a mysterious smile. "Haven't you heard the saying? The most dangerous place is the safest." The words left Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu utterly baffled. Moments later, Xiao Hong followed Su Bai's plan, running up to the guards and shouting, "The thief went that way." The guards rushed off in pursuit. A few muffled thuds later, the remaining serpent soldiers were easily taken out by Su Bai and his crew. Su Bai ordered, "Old Han, you two clean up the corpses." Then he turned to Xiao Hong. "We're going in." Once inside the hidden area, Xiao Hong asked curiously, "Master, what exactly are you looking for?" Su Bai's expression hardened. "I have a feeling there's something more here. If it was only rare herbs, they wouldn't build such a powerful barrier." While he searched carefully, Xiao Hong suddenly shouted, "Master, there's a hidden door." Su Bai frowned. "I don't see anything." Xiao Hong explained, "It's covered by special sorcery. Humans can't see it." With that, she pushed hard against the wall, and a secret chamber revealed itself. Su Bai cursed under his breath. "Damn Dizong serpents. No wonder I missed this. Come on, let's check it out." As they stepped deeper inside, the sight before him left Su Bai completely stunned. Xiao Hong immediately recognized the bizarre tree at the chamber center. Could it be the legendary wishing tree? That's forbidden magic. The Dizong serpent clan dares to cultivate such an evil tree? Are they planning to rise as the fourth royal clan? The name Wishing Tree struck Su Bai with familiarity, but he couldn't recall where he had heard it before. Just then, the system chimed. Detected remnants of an ancient god tree. Within lies countless fragments of law. This tree is tied to the great catastrophe. Host must not miss it. Xiao Hong's gaze fell on the mountain of serpent corpses piled around, her voice filled with fury. To grow this abomination, the Dizong serpents must have slaughtered tens of millions. Su Bai leapt onto the tree and spotted several strange fruits. "Xiao Hong, what are these?" She answered gravely, "Grade 8 spirit fruits. The serpents sacrificed countless lives for them." As Su Bai plucked one, his eyes widened. A fruit the size of a fist, weighing over 100 jin. "I've never seen anything like this. What does a wishing fruit even do?" Xiao Hong explained. "Each one contains terrifying energy. It can boost the bloodline concentration of a lord-level powerhouse. But once the concentration rises too high, endless slaughter of one's own kind is required to sustain it. That's why the wishing tree is banned by the 3 royal clans." Su Bai sighed. "So powerful. No way I'm leaving it here." He summoned the system. "How do I take this ancient god tree?" The system replied, "To transplant the tree, the host must first awaken its divinity. Place your hand upon it. Warning: awakening the tree's divinity will cause minor disturbances in the mortal world. Host, be prepared." "Just minor disturbances?" Su Bai shrugged it off and pressed his palm against the trunk. "I'm ready. Let's do this." The next instant, a deafening explosion shook the chamber. Su Bai shouted in shock. "What the hell? A spatial rift? That's your so-called minor disturbance system?" Xiao Hong was horrified. "Master, what did you do? This space is collapsing. We must escape, or we'll be trapped inside. Master, hurry. There's no time left." Su Bai frantically sped up, shoving the entire tree into his storage bag. Seeing the chamber quake violently, he knew the place was moments from destruction. Without hesitation, he and Xiao Hong dove into the storage bag. The instant they vanished, the space outside collapsed with a thunderous roar. Gasping for breath, Su Bai muttered, "We're safe for now." Xiao Hong, however, cried out with joy. "Master, you did it. You actually transplanted the wishing tree." Gazing at the massive tree and the mountain of treasures within his space, Su Bai knew the transfer had succeeded. But then, why was the ground still shaking? His eyes widened as he noticed the purple crystals rapidly vanishing. He cursed, "Damn it, this tree's devouring the treasures. All my materials, stolen by this damn tree. Spit it back out." Just then, Xiao Hong screamed, "Master, move. The wishing tree, it's evolving." Scene shift. At the Great Wall garrison base, a soldier pointed toward a distant beam of light. "Lord Nieqing, that power, it's overwhelming. It feels beyond the laws themselves." Nieqing froze. What? Could there be an existence in the heart of the myriad clans stronger than the 9 Nether King? Contact the scouts immediately. I want answers. Meanwhile, in the 9-tailed Fox Royal City, they too witnessed the phenomenon. That's divine power, impossible. The Forbidden Lands aren't broken yet. How could divine essence be leaking out? Why would such terrifying energy appear in the Dizong serpent capital? Send a team to investigate at once. In the 9 Nether Royal City, alarm bells rang as well. This dreadful energy, why in the serpent capital? What is going on? A guard knelt down in panic. "We don't know, my lord. I'll go to the main city and find out." At the same time, the Bihu Lake Forbidden Land stirred. In the depths of the myriad clans, the Sword Tomb Forbidden Land trembled. Along with the Luo Tian River, the 10,000 Mountains, and the undersea Ivory Mountain, every forbidden land was shaking. From the vast starry sky came an ancient voice. The gods are eternal. Soon, we shall return to the mortal world. Scene shift again to the battlefield of the myriad clans. Both warring sides halted, shouting in shock, "What's happening?" Long Ao's heart sank. "That's coming from the main city. Damn it, don't tell me the wishing tree has gone wrong. If the 3 royal clans find out I use forbidden arts to cultivate it, I'm finished." Without hesitation, he ordered the entire Dizong Serpent clan to retreat. Chaos erupted instantly. Warriors on the battlefield roared, "Slaughter the myriad clans. Charge!" The other clans cursed loudly. "Shit, how are we supposed to fight now?" The serpents ran off. "Screw this, we're retreating too." The humans seized the chance, launching a merciless pursuit. As they fled, the myriad clans shouted furiously, "Damn those serpents!" running without warning. Meanwhile, Su Bai stood in the ruins, utterly dumbfounded. "What the hell? Did I cause all this?" Gazing at the devastation, he muttered, "Too tragic." Suddenly, a furious voice thundered from above. "Cursed thief! How dare you touch our sacred tree? Hear my command. Seize him." The one who arrived was the serpent's 9th elder, a powerhouse at platinum rank. Su Bai's face turned grim. If he didn't run now, he was dead. Sensing his intent to flee, the elder raised his blade. A pink sword beam cleaved through the air, slashing straight at him. Su Bai instantly threw up a shield to block. He was blasted back 100 meters, gritting his teeth, as expected of platinum level. But the serpents roared in fury as they gave chase. "Human, destroyer of our sacred tree, even tearing you apart won't repay the crime." From the rubble, Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu staggered out, both dazed. What the hell was that energy surge? "Don't tell me Su Bai again." Su Bai turned and gasped. "No way. You guys broke through to gold rank." As the enemy closed in, Han Zhan pulled out his spear and roared, "Old Su, run. I'll hold him off." The 9th elder sneered, "Fool, you think that scrap armor can protect you?" With a single strike, Han Zhan was blasted to the ground. Su Bai rushed over. "Han, can you hold on? If not, let's run together." But Han Zhan gritted his teeth. "I'll cover you, go." Seeing his resolve, Su Bai clenched his fist. "Han, you're a real badass." Then he dragged Hu Qingshu and bolted. Watching him leave, Han Zhan bellowed, unleashing his full strength. "Take my blade." He launched a rift-cleaving slash at the elder. The 9th elder dodged easily, mocking, "Such petty tricks. Did you think this could harm me?" But in the next second, his eyes widened in shock. Because after 3 furious slashes, Han Zhan had already turned tail, vanishing as fast as his legs could carry him. Han Zhan caught up, shouting, "You guys really ran off without me? Wait up." Su Bai tossed him a red spirit fruit. "Eat it, restore your strength." Behind them, the serpent's 9th elder was fuming. "Damn it, you won't escape today." But at that moment, Su Bai and the others unleashed their speed skills. In the blink of an eye, they left the elder far behind. The elder stared in disbelief. "This speed, is that really gold rank?" Hours slipped by. After 3 hours, the elder was still raging, glaring into the distance. "These pests just won't stop running. If they escape, our clan is doomed." He barked at his subordinates. "Are you sure they came this way?" Ahead lay the forbidden land of Luo Tian River, and beyond that, the Bihu Lake. Dangerous ground, but he couldn't let the humans slip away. Meanwhile, Su Bai and his group hid in a secluded spot to rest. They shouldn't catch up for now. Han Zhan frowned. "Old Su, those serpents kept shouting about some sacred tree. What's going on?" Su Bai looked awkward. "It's a long story. Just focus on restoring your energy. We need to move soon." Suddenly, a voice thundered from above. "You're not going anywhere." It was the serpent's 10th elder, another platinum-level powerhouse. He glared down at them, snarling. "Pathetic. 3 humans, and they still couldn't catch you. forcing me to act. Revealing his true form, he bellowed, "Hand over our sacred tree, and I'll grant you a quicker death." With that, he struck, sending Han flying. Su Bai scoffed, calling that abomination a sacred tree. I took it away. It's nothing but evil. The 10th elder sneered, "Let's see how long you can last." With no way out, Han bit down on a spirit fruit. "Old Su, take old Hu and run. I'll hold him here." Seeing them hesitate, he roared, "I'm not joking. Better one stays than all of us die. Humanity's victory is what matters most." Su Bai and Hu Qingshu hesitated, torn inside. At last, Su Bai grit his teeth. "Old Han, we'll wait for you ahead." He dragged Hu Qingshu and fled. The 10th elder immediately turned to chase them. But in the next second, Han's spear swept out, striking at the serpent's vital spot. "Your opponent is me." Before he could press the attack, the elder's tail lashed out, smashing him away. "Pitiful human, you're not even worth the life of a worm." Just as the 10th elder was about to pursue Su Bai, he turned back, glaring at Han. "Brat, still alive?" Han clung desperately to the serpent's tail, roaring, "I told you, your opponent is me." The elder sneered, "Ignorant fool." In the next instant, he smashed both Han and his tail into the ground with brutal force. "I won't waste my time on you." As his voice fell, streams of energy coiled into serpent forms around Han. With snapping fangs, they lunged at him from all directions. A heart-wrenching scream split the skies. Meanwhile, Su Bai and Hu Qingshu had already reached Bihu Lake. Yet Su Bai frowned at the eerie silence. "Strange, where's the Azure Dragon?" Outside the Forbidden Zone, the 9th elder continued searching with his forces. Odd. Normally, any life form stepping into Bihu Lake is attacked instantly. Why is it silent now? One of his subordinates suggested, "Our sacred tree is still in their hands. We can't let them escape. Should we risk pressing forward?" The 9th elder gave a curt nod. "Fine. If danger arises, we're still at the edge. We can withdraw quickly." But the moment they stepped forward, thunder roared, and an enormous azure dragon appeared in the sky. The 9th elder blanched. "It's the Azure Dragon. Retreat. Retreat now." Inside the lake, Su Bai sat calmly, feeding Xiao Bai as if nothing had happened. Hu Qingshu nearly lost his mind. "Su Bai, how can you eat so leisurely? They could show up any second." Su Bai replied with a smirk. "Don't you get it? This is their forbidden ground. They won't dare step in." He paused, thoughtful. "Still, we can't stay here forever. We need to decide our next move." Hu Qingshu suggested, "Since they won't chase us here, why not return to Misty Mountains and regroup with our forces?" Su Bai shook his head at once. "No, we stirred up their nest. They'll surely have ambushes waiting along the way. Going back means clashing head-on with the serpents." Hu Qingshu nodded grimly in agreement. Suddenly, a gleam flashed in Su Bai's eyes. He grinned slyly. "Then how about this? Let's double back and strike into the heart of the myriad clans again." Hu Qingshu was stunned. "Are you insane? If we go back, it won't just be 2 platinum ranks chasing us." Su Bai remained calm. "Of course we won't take the same path. This time we'll go around." Hu Qingshu pressed, still uneasy. "And you're sure you know the route?" Su Bai patted his chest confidently. "Relax. We'll even have a chance to find old Han on the way. Trust me. Stick with me and you won't go wrong." Then he waved to Xiao Hong and the others. "Stop eating. Time to move." On the road, Su Bai said to Hu Qingshu, "After all these fights, I've realized something. Against platinum-level foes, head-on combat is pointless. We should pour everything into speed and slowing them down. That's the only way to survive." Hu Qingshu nodded seriously. True enough. The gap between gold and platinum is just too vast. As they traveled, Su Bai suddenly halted. "Careful, something's ahead." Sure enough, Han was bound and being dragged by a group of beasts. The leading cat demon barked. "Move it. No one's coming to save you." Su Bai whispered, "Charging him would be reckless. We need a foolproof plan." Hu Qingshu looked puzzled, but Su Bai's lips curled into a sly grin. Time to use my one-trick wonder. Moments later, the two of them donned cloaks and strode out, shouting, "Stop! What do you think you're doing?" The cat demon leader quickly bowed. "Honored envoys, we are carrying out the Elder's orders, escorting this human back to our lands." Hanjan recognized Su Bai and almost called out. But Su Bai struck first, landing a heavy punch on him and snarling, "Shut up, worthless human." He then turned to the cat demon and barked. "We were sent by the 10th Elder to oversee the escort and to collect more grain from your clan." The cat demon blinked. "But didn't we already pay our tribute?" Su Bai's voice thundered with authority. "The front lines are desperate. Of course it must be collected again. What? Do you dare defy orders?" Terrified, the cat demon quickly bowed deeper. "Never. Please, honored envoys, follow me." Upon arriving at the Nether Cat clan's territory, Su Bai barked coldly. "This human prisoner will be interrogated by me personally. Bring your elder here at once." The great elder hurried over, bowing apologetically. "Forgive me, envoy, for not greeting you sooner." Su Bai wasted no time. The frontline war grows critical. More resources are required. The elder hesitated. "But we just delivered a tribute 10 days ago." Su Bai immediately thundered. "Every clan is bleeding for this war. Even my serpent clan has mobilized to the last. And you, cat clan, dare drag your feet? Do you not wish to contribute?" The words struck deep, leaving the elder ashamed. He quickly pledged to surrender his stockpiles, offering 10,000 units of low-grade spirit materials. Han Zhan and Hu Qingxu exchanged dumbfounded looks, muttering in awe. Su Bai was truly a PUA god. The great elder then led them personally toward the warehouse. Su Bai's grin nearly stretched to his ears. Once there, he conveniently sent the elder away. Han Zhan growled, "Hurry and untie me. A few cat demons, just kill them." Su Bai chuckled. "And lose all those healing herbs? Not a chance." Suddenly his face hardened. "Wait, do you feel it? The cave is draining our energy." The three immediately grew wary, sensing their spiritual power ebbing away. The deeper they went, the stronger the drain became. Su Bai exclaimed, "These statues, they're worshipping something. Look inside the barrier." At the center, above a withered cat corpse, stood a towering statue of a human. Su Bai instantly realized, this cave, it's their sacred ground. But before he could think further, he shouted, "Han, watch out." He threw up a shield, dragging Han Zhan clear of a sudden strike. The ambushing nether cat missed and bolted into the shadows. As Han Zhan frowned in confusion, the entire cavern of cat statues cracked open, reviving all at once, surrounding them. Before they could react, the undead cats lunged, their speed terrifying. Hu Qingxu shouted, "Careful!" Activating Moonlit Wudong, spectral branches slowed the charging enemies. "I'll hold them back." Seizing the chance, Han Zhan roared, "Now it's my turn." He unleashed his Earth-rank battle art. Endless blade storm, waves of blades tearing through the cavern. Yet when the attack cleared, his eyes widened. Those nether cats weren't slain at all. Su Bai shouted, "Old Han, old who? Find a way to break out. This cave's too cramped for me to fight properly." At that moment, the massive sword atop the skeleton began to hum with a deep vibration. In the next instant, it dropped heavily before Han Zhan. Su Bai's eyes lit up. "Han, this weapon suits you perfectly." Without hesitation, Han Zhan reached out and grasped the blade. A cold grin spread across his face as he faced the onrushing nether cats. Perfect timing. Let's test its power. He tightened his grip, spirit energy surging into the weapon. With a thunderous roar, he swung down in a devastating slash. The result left even him stunned. The nether cat before him, and the thick stone wall behind it, were cleaved cleanly in two. Even Su Bai blurted out, "Holy crap, that's insane power. Han, you struck it rich." Han Zhan roared with laughter, grinning ear to ear. "Ha ha ha, this trip was worth it after all." He swung the giant blade wildly, shouting, "Brothers, with me, cut our way out." But the moment they stepped out of the cave, the cat clan's great elder was already waiting, fury in his eyes. Insulin numans. You dare impersonate Serpent Clan envoys and destroy our sacred ground? Today you die. His command thundered through the valley. All clansmen, kill these 3 humans. None must escape. A deafening roar erupted as the Nethercat horde cried out in unison. Tear them apart. Grind their bones to dust. Drench the mountains with their blood. Hanjan's face darkened. There are too many of them. We can't break through. What now? Su Bai remained calm, sneering coldly. Simple. Leave it to me. In the next instant, he roared, Su Bai, Su Ba, Xiao Hong, time to work. Golden, blue, and crimson beams shot out at once. The 3 divine beasts descended, immediately launching into a crushing rampage. The Cat Clan's great elder bellowed furiously. All clansmen, kill the summoner first. That despicable human must die. But just as Su Bai commanded, don't hold back, kill them all. A violet blast surged straight toward his face. At the last moment, Hu Qingshu leapt forward, intercepting the deadly strike. Old Hu, are you all right? Take a spirit pill. Recover quick. Su Bai shouted anxiously. Power erupted violently from his body as he snarled. Hold on. Old Hu, leave the rest to me. We broke free of the serpent capital. There's no way we die in this pathetic cat den. Xiao Hong, guard Old Hu. Xiao Ba, cover me. Xiao Bai, clear the way. With everything in place, Su Bai's gaze locked onto the great elder, his voice icy. First, I'll deal with you, old cat. The elder laughed with rage, leaping skyward. A mere gold rank dares boast? Let's see you try. But Su Bai's aura erupted, summoning the sacred beast armament. Your death is here. Boom! An immense surge of energy exploded skyward, shaking the mountains. The great elder's eyes went wide with horror. That sacred beast armament. Impossible. Utterly impossible. Before he could finish, Su Bai's strike obliterated him, shattered into nothing but dust. Su Bai spun back and shouted, Old Han, protect Old Hu. We need to move now. Xiao Ba, Xiao Hong, hold the rear. Xiao Ba and Xiao Hong unleashed their skills, flames and thunder exploding outward, shielding the group's retreat. As they ran, the 3 laughed boldly. First we wrecked the Serpent Clan's capital. Now we've toppled the Cat Clan's sacred ground. Brothers, this trip was worth it. Let our blood today light the future of the human race. Meanwhile, patrol squads of the Serpent Clan spotted the disturbance in the distance. That glow. It's coming for the Cat Clan's direction. Quickly, follow me. In Nine Nether City, the Nether King himself felt the surge of power. His face twisted with fury. That aura, sacred beast armament? Impossible. This must be a human conspiracy. He roared, send my command. Dispatch 2 diamond rank powerhouses to the Cat Clan's mountains. Slay Su Bai at all costs. At the human headquarters, scouts rushed in. Lord Nieching, 2 diamond rank enemies are moving fast toward the Cat Clan's territory. Nieching's expression turned grim. He rose sharply. Send 2 of our own diamond rank experts. Immediately. Support Su Bai at once. But then his brows knitted tighter, unease flashing in his eyes. He raised a hand. No, that's not enough. His voice thundered across the hall. Mobilize the Golden Fire Cavalry as well. Depart at once. Su Bai and his team must be brought back alive. I can sense it. They're surrounded by millions, their situation dire. The scene shifted. Hanjan gasped for breath, laughing wildly. We finally made it out. Damn those cats. Their speed was no joke. But Su Bai stayed cold and sharp. Don't relax. This place isn't safe. We can't linger. Suddenly, a chilling voice split the air. So, you were hiding here all along. You pests are surprisingly hard to kill. But your luck ends now. Today, I'll flay you alive and grind your bones to dust. A violent blast of power tore through the clearing. Hanjan and Hu Qingshu were struck before they could react, hurled to the ground with bone-cracking force. From above, the attacker revealed himself, the Serpent Clan's 10th elder. He gazed down with contempt and cruelty, lips curling in a sneer. Gold rank trash. And yet you survived one of my strikes? Oomph, perhaps you're not just good at running after all. Moments later, Elder Nine's figure slowly emerged, his voice dripping with malice. Old 10, seal their escape with poison fog. If these 3 ants slip away, won't we be the laughingstock of the world? Su Bai darted to Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu's side, anxiously shouting, "Are you okay?" The two forced themselves up, gritting their teeth. "Forget us, just run." But Su Bai suddenly stood tall, eyes blazing with resolve. "Abandon my comrades to save myself? That's not my style." The next instant, he let out a thunderous roar. "Shao Du, time to work." In a flash, 3 radiant streams of multicolored energy crashed down from the sky, flooding into him like a raging torrent. His aura skyrocketed, blazing waves of power swirling around him. Beast armament, unleashed once again. He leveled his sword straight at Elders 9 and 10, voice cold and sharp. "Old fools, did you really think I'd fear you?" Elder Nine's eyes flickered with surprise, but quickly turned to a cruel sneer. "Oomph, nothing but pointless struggle." In the next heartbeat, his figure blurred like a phantom, lunging at Su Bai. Clang! The two forces collided with a deafening crash. And to Elder Nine's shock, Su Bai held his ground, blocking the full force of his strike. Elder Nine's pupils shrank, disbelief twisting his face. "Impossible! How could you withstand my attack?" Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu were completely stunned. Han Zhan muttered, "A mere gold rank, suppressing 2 platinum ranks? If someone told me this before, I'd have called him insane." Su Bai only grew fiercer, unleashing the power of gung metal. Indestructible, unstoppable. After several brutal exchanges, Elders 9 and 10 were left battered and bloodied, staggering in defeat. Elder 10 snarled through clenched teeth. "Damn it, so this is the power of the beast armament." Elder 9's killing intent surged, growling. He must never be allowed to grow stronger. Today, no matter the cost, he dies. Before his words even faded, Elder 10 suddenly opened his jaws, spewing a torrent of poison fog. Su Bai's brows furrowed, his heart on guard. What trick are they playing now? The next moment, a horrifying scene unfolded. The poison mist coiled around their bodies, fusing them into one abomination. With a deafening boom, a twisted, giant form stepped out of the fog, exuding a suffocating pressure. The fused monster spoke in a hoarse growl. "I admit, you're strong, but a mere gold rank with a body far from perfected. You are doomed to die today." Su Bai stared at the grotesque figure, lips curling into a cold sneer. "T-Sage, I'm about to say, you look even uglier now." Courting death, the monster roared, raising its hand as pitch-black energy gathered in its palm. In an instant, the energy burst into a destructive beam, blasting towards Su Bai. Boom! He unleashed the wall of size in full defense. But the power was overwhelming. Even the wall of size was shattered apart. The violent shockwave hurled Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu through the air. Damn it! Su Bai gritted his teeth, battle spirit blazing hotter than ever. The next second, he clenched his fist, energy surging wildly as blazing fire ignited in his palm. Screech! A piercing phoenix cry split the sky. A flaming phoenix spreading its wings and diving at the monster with apocalyptic might. But the monster only sneered, opening its maw to swallow the phoenix whole. "Ha ha! Phoenix fire? It's useless against me." Its body swelled grotesquely, even more terrifying energy churning within. "Old bastard!" Su Bai's eyes flashed with fury as he roared. "So what if you're platinum rank? I don't believe you can't be killed." His body shot forward, fists blazing with destructive power as he slammed down on the monster. Yet it only laughed coldly. "That won't even scratch my true form." Suddenly, it sensed the approach of a diamond rank powerhouse. "You destroyed our sacred tree. Even if I fall today, I'll drag you to hell with me." In the next instant, the monster's jaws gaped wide, unleashing a terrifying suction that swallowed Su Bai whole. "Old Su, Hanjan roared, eyes bloodshot, his scream tearing through the battlefield. Ha ha ha! Damn ants, come die with me. The monster roared in madness, its body swelling rapidly as the raging energy inside went berserk, ready to detonate. Boom! At the last possible moment, a brilliant golden streak tore through the sky, piercing straight into the monster's body with blinding speed. Rumble! A cataclysmic explosion shook the heavens. Yet, to everyone's shock, that devastating force, enough to obliterate miles around, was forcibly compressed by an invisible power and then completely dispersed into nothingness. As the smoke cleared, Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu's eyes widened in disbelief. General Lin, the newcomer, was none other than a king-rank powerhouse, Lin Jinan. At that moment, he held the weakened Su Bai with one arm, his voice full of concern. "Are you all right?" Su Bai barely steadied himself, astonished. "Uncle Lin, why are you here?" Lin Jinan's gaze deepened, thoughts racing. To force two platinum-rank elders into self-destruction, was there another hidden expert at play? He turned to Han Zhan and Hu Qingshu, nodding firmly. "Well done. To drive two platinums to self-detonation is no small feat now. Follow me back to base immediately. This place is far too dangerous." But before his words settled, a chilling voice echoed from above. "You leaving? Too late. I've finally found you." Everyone's heads snapped upward. Two figures hovered in the sky, radiating crushing pressure. The burly one sneered, "Lin Jinan, so you are here." The other locked his icy gaze on a Su Bai, voice dripping with killing intent. "Today, none of you will leave alive." The newcomers revealed themselves, diamond-rank powerhouses of the Giant Bear Clan and the Serpent Clan.